Yes, it worked. Finding Gnosis.
Disclaimer. This show is for discussion and entertainment purposes only. The Finding Gnosis show is a platform for open discussion, exploration, and opinion sharing. The views expressed by hosts, guests, and participants are personal opinions and do not constitute professional, medical, legal, or financial advice. All topics discussed are only intended to spark curiosity, entertain, and encourage independent thought. If any subject interests you, we strongly advise conducting your own thorough research using reliable and professional sources. Critical thinking and due diligence is key. Stay curious, stay informed, be well, be lucky, and don't be an arsehole.
Tell us what topics you would like to see explored on the Finding Gnosis show. Don't be a passive consuming creature, sitting on your sofa with your thumb lodged up your arse all your life. Sitting there like a bored yet furious gargoyle spewing out whatever is put in your head by others, whilst balancing precariously on the edge of your sad existence. An existence of watching the thoughts of others drift past your window, and then moaning about whatever the wind blew your way. Do something. Be involved in the creative process of creating the zeitgeist, of directing the conversation, rather than just passively consuming whatever occurs. Whether up to now you have been an interested party or some snide, snarky little sideline gnome muttering at the shape of things after they have already taken form in the garden where the thoughts of others grow. If it is not to your taste, that may well be your fault for refusing to help shape it when the clay was still wet. It is up to you whether you like what emerges or not. Perhaps you are content to sit there with your thumb lodged firmly in the exit of your mind's eye, your arsehole yelping at whatever rattles past your frame of reference. Maybe that is the full extent of your appetite. Fine. But for those of you who feel something in you recoil at the thought of such a limp and spectator-bound existence, get involved. Give your opinion on where we should go to find Gnosis. Throw something on the fire. Help steer the thing. Empower yourself and others by helping shape a collective movement towards something more worthwhile than passive reaction and stale, snide, and bitter commentary. Whether you like it or not, you are part of what will be. So speak. Throw us all some topics that you would like to be discussed as we collectively try to find Gnosis. Thank you. Much love. DNW. Something is deeply wrong. You can feel it. So what has happened to us? And what should we do about it? Join the Finding Gnosis show. It's an open panel for people trying to figure out what's really going on in this strange existence and what we should be doing while we're here. Join us as we all find Gnosis together. Gnosis is knowledge. We need to find out what's going on. We need to find out what we should be doing. Chat soon on the Finding Gnosis show.
everybody. Welcome to another episode of Finding Gnosis. I do hope you are exceedingly well, if you deserve to be. If you deserve to be. And that may be very unlikely. You probably, most likely, do not deserve to be very well, all things considered. All things considered. But if you do deserve to be well, I hope you're well. If not, well, I hope that you rectify your response to reality and start living in a way that would make you become deserved of feeling well. Hello, everybody.
I've got something
Welcome
tell
to
you.
Finding Gnosis. Chickpea, hold your tongue, darling. I'm just introducing the show. Tonight's question, guys. Tonight's question, simple but profound. Are you a horrible piece of shit?
Yes, I am.
And before you answer that, I want you to also consider a further question. Why the fuck should anyone listen to a single word you say? Now, you're all out here watching shows like this, spiritual shows, pontificating about morality, posting your little hot takes, acting like you've got some kind of insight on what really matters and what we should be doing. But just be honest with yourself, please, for one moment. Take a deep breath and think about this. Are you not just a total piece of shit? How dare you? How dare you think you're somebody qualified to pontificate about what's right and wrong in this world?
Can I speak now?
You know the shit you've done in your life. You know the shit you do on a daily basis. You know the darkness, the depravity, the evil in your mind's eye, your thoughts, your feelings. You know the thoughts you have when no one's looking. You know the ways you have hurt people, overtly and perhaps in a snide manner. You know those people you've ghosted. You know those people you've walked by on the street and not given a second thought to because, quote, they're not your problem. Well, you'll rationalize that to make yourself feel good as if you're some kind of saint. You've lied to yourself. And you've lied to others. And you still walk around pretending, well, maybe even thinking delusionally, that you're a decent person. But the brutal truth is, you are a horrible, horrible piece of shit. And I'm not asking you to lie to me, to beautify yourself for the sake of the panel. I'm not asking for the polished, new age guru version of who you are, the spiritualized version. I'm asking for the brutal, stomach churning truth that you feel in your chest at 3 a.m. Because you really do know that you are not worthy of being thought of as anybody virtuous, anybody who should be followed. But what if I'm wrong? What if you're not a horrible piece of shit? What if you really think that deep down? Why on earth do you think you're not a horrible piece of shit? What makes you so sure? Is it because you pay your taxes? Is it because you hold the door open for ladies? Is it because you haven't murdered anyone recently?
For men.
You haven't murdered anybody recently? Or are you perhaps, good at ignoring the parts of yourself that actually disgust you and others? Be honest with yourself and be honest. Be honest for once in your fucking shit life. No defensive bullshit. No false humility. Because if we can't look at both sides, the part of me is trash and the other part of me is actually okay, without flinching, then we're all just playing games here with ourselves and others. So tonight, guys, none of this pansy, fluffy positivity crap. We're not doing any of that performative humility either. We're not fawning over others and saying, yes, that's bad. Yes, I really should try and do better there. No, I want you to do the raw, deep shadow work. And be honest. Be honest. Are you a horrible piece of shit? Or do you think you're not? And why? And more importantly, what the hell are we supposed to do about it? Either way. What are we meant to do about it if you are a piece of shit? Or parts of you are shit? What are we meant to do about all of that going forward? How can we work with that truth? That brutal part of reality? The panel's wide open. Chat's wide open. The link is there under the video. You can come on here now. Whether you hate yourself or you're proud of yourself, whether you think you're decent, a beacon of virtue, we're right here to hear about what you think on this matter. Are you just a horrible piece of shit? Let's begin. We've had some clicks on the links already, so there are people here. Welcome. This is the Finding Gnosis show. Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. Nefarious Rockers, you are on the Finding Gnosis show, and I'm asking you the simple question, Nefarious Rockers, are you a horrible piece of shit?
Yes.
You said that very quickly. Have you done any analysis on this, or are you just saying the first word that entered your head?
I have
And
some
speak through your
analysis.
microphone. I know you're a horrible piece of shit, but please try and speak into the microphone and stop annoying us with the lack of audio coming from your vicinity.
No, it was. Let's see. Yes, so even though I don't do anything to harm others, I don't exploit others, I don't exploit animals and stuff like that. But I don't really do any activism. I don't really speak out. I don't really speak out from cruelty like people like Vegan Equilibrium does. I used to do activism before, but I stopped doing that. And did. The problem with activism is that there's no limit in sight. No matter how much one does, it's a never-ending cycle that never ends, really.
Keep going. So basically, you're a horrible piece of shit because you say you care about something, but you do nothing to show you care about it. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes.
What's stopping you?
Not sure.
Jack Britton says he once noticed his neighbour hadn't put her bins out, but never told her. He is such a shit. Yeah. I mean, we've all done that. We've all been there. And the other one is, I mean, I've done it before as well. Not taking someone's bin in when you could have. You know, if you lived in like a as I once did, I lived in a house divided into flats, and sometimes I would take people's bins in when the binman had come. But there was I stopped doing it for one person, and I took everyone else's bins in except that one person's. I like to think I did it because they were a horrible piece of shit. But you could, you know, in all honesty, maybe I'm a horrible piece of shit. Maybe I should have been the bigger person and just accepted they couldn't help who they were, and maybe I should have just taken their bin in for them because I was doing it for everybody else. Why did I leave them out? Maybe I am a horrible piece of shit. But hey ho, the link's in the chat if you want to come on here. Nefarious Rockers says he's a horrible piece of shit because he proclaims to care about certain things in life, but he doesn't do anything about it in terms of activism. He doesn't talk about it enough. He doesn't try to change people's minds enough. He just sits on the sofa with his thumb up his ass, pretending and thinking that he's not a horrible piece of shit. Well, Nefarious Rockers, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, but perhaps, you can do some on-air shadow work right now, and perhaps, just perhaps, we can get rid of some of the shit that you are full of.
Thanks.
Is that a worthy cause? Is that a worthy cause?
Yes.
Amen. Amen. Chickpea, you're on the Finding Gnosis show.
Hi,
I
Grant.
want to ask you a question.
Actually, I just want to say something before you all begin. I want
I want to ask you a question, Chickpea. I know look, you've actually probably proven the answer already because you tried to butt in and take over. But anyway, the question is,
I would never take over your
The question is, Chickpea, the question is, are you a horrible piece of shit?
It depends on whether you're a vegan or not, because if you're not a vegan, I don't give a shit and I don't care. And I don't give a penny to any charities. And and I'll be quite honest with you, if I were to walk past a canal, as a toss-up between saving a cat and a dying baby, I would save the baby. Cat, sorry. I would save the cat. And I know that already about myself. I only love animals, and I admit to that quite honestly. And I just want to tell you something, actually. You know what I said to me last night?
By the way, I think I don't know if I can accept that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry if you can't. I said to me last night by one of your lovely, lovely little people that come on your show. He said to me that I was just as bad as everybody else because, right, listen to this, because I use oil in my central heating, and that oil was made up from animals. Because animals' souls make up the oil, so animals that died.
I mean, that's just crazy. That's absolutely insane. That was absolute insanity to say it's not vegan to use oil. Oil. I mean, look, it's not great that you're using oil. But it's not your fault at the moment. Maybe you can't afford renewable energy or whatever at the moment. You can't afford a solar panel. Look, it's even problematic because making solar panels causes pollution as well. Look, yes. We're just in a real shitty place at the moment, societally.
Yes.
Now, Chickpea.
Yes.
The point is, those animals have been dead for millions of years, hundreds of millions of years. And in a lot of cases, it's not even animals; it's vegetation that the oil is made out of. But anyway, the point is. This nutcase was accusing you of being cruel to animals by burning oil or by burning gas.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Well, Kugaduma says using oil has destroyed the world. True. True. But Chickpea never asked for the industrial revolution. Chickpea never asked for the industrial revolution to happen. Chickpea never asked to be born into a heavily industrialized society that depends on these things. If she had it her way, she would never have been born, or at least if she had been born, she would have been born in a hunter-gatherer society, picking beads, berries, and seeds, living in a cave, warming her hands in front of a twiglet fire each evening. But Chickpea, you weren't to be so lucky. But is that any reason to become a horrible piece of shit, Chickpea?
Well, I really don't care. I admit it, I don't care anymore. I don't give, and I don't go around doing any harm. And as for opening doors, I've opened the doors when I see a man carrying a heavy load, I will open the door for him. and I let him through and I followed him. And I actually do that.
What
So
about a
not
woman?
that bad. What?
What about a
Oh,
woman?
sorry. And for a woman, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, why
Jack
not?
says.
I like it.
Jack says he once did rounds in a pub with 11 other people, and after 9 pints, it was his round, and he got on his toes and did a runner. He is such a shit. There you go.
Oh,
you
yes.
go.
What no, here I did in restaurants. This is why
I've
I
known
never.
a few cheapskates like that in my life too. You know.
I used
They
to
ask for the expensive drinks when it's your round, but when
grumpy
it comes
cat.
to their
Never guess
round,
what
they're
I used
drinking the
to
cheapest drinks
do.
possible,
You never
and they're
guess what I
suggesting you
used to
drink them too.
do.
I don't drink
You
anymore, but I've known people like that in the past.
you
Go
never
ahead, Chickpea.
You never guess I did as a waitress. Do you want to hear what I did as a waitress? I did the worst you can imagine. I used to sometimes. Do you want to hear what I used to do? And I didn't like somebody. For a little while, for a couple of weeks, I worked in the officers' mess for the British Army. This was for blah blah. Joined up, and I hated them. And so I saved a little bottle with wee-wees in it. Wee-wees.
No,
I did.
no, Chickpea. Please don't say that live on the internet. You put wee wee in people's food. That's illegal.
Yeah. Well, I did. I profess to be good. They
How
shouldn't
long
be
ago was
eating
that?
meat, then, should they?
How long ago was that?
That was in Northern Ireland just before I joined up. For a few months I worked in the officers' mess and the sergeant's mess as
So
a waitress.
when you were about 20 in your
No, I
20s,
was
right?
17.
17. When you were 17, because big burly soldiers were eating meat
Yeah, the officers'
around you,
mess.
and because you're an animal
They were really
activist,
snotty. They were very
you
snotty.
saved up your bottled urine and
Yeah.
poured it into their drinks
Yes.
because they were eating meat.
Yes, I did.
So there's a load of men going around out there now who do not know
Her body's
they literally drank your piss.
Yes.
And
But
did you
I
get
do-
sadistic delight from that, Chickpea? I mean,
Yeah, I
some
loved
might say that's psychopathic, but others will say it's not psychopathic because what they were doing was psychopathic because they were eating meat. So you see, this is the little nuance. This is the twilight zone we're stuck in. It's just a matter of perspective, Chickpea.
Yeah, I also used to spit on the food as well.
Oh my God, we are really getting into an insight.
Yes, and when I
We
was
are
a
really-
barmaid, I sometimes, yeah, I had.
Remind me never to call over for a lettuce and tomato sandwich, Chickpea.
I have to spat. That's why I never eat out anymore because I've told you I never ever eat
Do you
out.
think this is
I
common?
wasn't the only one.
You're making me terrified to ever eat out ever again.
Well,
Is this
yes,
common?
it does happen. Yes, I'm not the only one that did it. I've heard of it happening in other places because we used to. But the spitting on food is. I should tell you something really you're going to find hard to believe. When I was working as a waitress for a short while, one of the chefs, he was in a bad mood because it's a horrible job working in the kitchen, and it is if you're working class. It's all right if you got a good job. And he actually took a piece of steak into the toilet with him, to the loo with him, and wrapped his willy all around it and spread his willy all over it, then put it in the frying pan. Grumps. Grumpy guts. Grump. He put meat down his willy. Grumpy guts.
What the fuck? Can you repeat that story, please? Because I lost connection. What the hell are you talking about, Chickpea?
This was one of the chefs in a place.
Start the story again. Sorry.
It was a chef in a place because I had quite a few short-term jobs, because faffing around. I was working in a hotel in the kitchen, as a waitress again. And one of the chefs, he was in a bad mood. He was having a really hissy-pissy day, and he had to do some cooking. So he took a steak that he had to cook for one of the customers, took it to the bathroom, and sort of smeared his willy all around it. Came back and put it in the frying pan. Crumbs. I never did anything like that because I don't put meat near me. But if I
didn't think you had a willy, but if you had,
I haven't got a willy.
I'm sure you would do it.
Yes, why not? Yes, that's why I don't eat out. But to tell you something, working as a waitress, people treat you like shit, and that's how you get your own back. But it's one of the reasons why I don't eat out because I haven't forgotten what I did, and I'm not the only person that did it. Same in bars and everything. That's why I You'll never get me to go in to eat. I never eat out for that very reason, because I know what goes on, because I did it myself. Yes, I had a bottle of pickle, and every now and again used to pickle. Another time I was having, one of the officers there was talking like this, and so we had to do silver service. So I just spilt all the silver service tray right onto his lap and ruined all his uniform. You thought I was really nice, didn't you, D&W?
No.
Yeah, if I don't like someone, I could be an utter bitch. I thought you knew that about me. If I don't like somebody, I can be an utter bitch. You must know that about me now.
And as far as Rockers, is Chickpea a horrible piece of shit?
No.
I don't care. You know, if he's not a vegan, I don't want his love anyway. That's how my little head works, D&W. That's how my mind works. I've told you that about myself. I've told you. So, you know, if I don't like someone, howdy, Pamela. She's calling me lovely. Love my lovely Chippy. If I don't like somebody, they will know it. I don't go around killing people, D&W, and I've never, ever struck someone in my whole life first. I've struck back, but I've never struck anyone ever. And needless to say, I have had my nose broke when I was a little girl by a little boy. That's how I've been struck. So I'm just fighting back. What else have I done? Let me think. Other little tricks I played. They were the worst, the restaurant ones, because I hated the job anyway. But yes, I poured my wee-wees on food. Yes.
Chickpea, other than that, that was a long time ago. You know, you might have changed.
No.
Some might say you were doing that for the right reasons, by the way, because
no, I haven't changed.
It was a matter of perspective as to. It was a form of activism. It was a quiet defiance against what you view as a monstrous, system that allows people to chew up sentient beings and not feel like they're doing anything bad. But I don't condone doing anything like that. In terms of modern day, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble. So I know
it's illegal. Yes, I know.
I wouldn't advise doing that at all.
No.
But Chippy, other than that, are you a horrible piece of shit?
What else have I done? I'm trying to think what else I've done. I have committed acts that other people deem to be religious sins. I do not think they are, but other people deem them to be. I won't say what they are, because we can guess. What else have I done? I don't profess to be good. And I don't profess to be good. And it's taken me all this time to forgive my own mother, which I feel very bad about. What else? What have I done? Other little things, tricks have I played on people? I'm trying to think. I'll think about them. I haven't thought about this sort of thing for a long time, but I don't profess to be nice. And I tell you, I'm very much into animal rights, and if a person doesn't agree with me on that score, well, you know how I feel. I'm so sick of it. Sorry, Grumps. That's about, well, as if, oh, God.
Thank you. Guys,
share the stream somewhere now. To bring in new voices for our conversation.
I did something else.
We do not want to become an echo chamber. Share the stream now. Bring in some new thoughts to compare and contrast our ideas with theirs. Because Gnosis is not found in isolation. Good places to share the stream include your social media platforms such as Facebook, X, Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, YouTube, community posts, Reddit, Discord. Share now. bring new voices to help us all find Gnosis.
Okay, Chickpea, you just thought of something else you did that was appalling, in your view. Go ahead. Chickpea. Oh, sorry, you're muted. There
No,
you go,
not.
Chickpea. Go ahead. You
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was doing woodwork classes, and I was sort of we were doing this little thing to make money for charity. And we were making these tiny little, little roundabouts, little tiny roundabouts that you let children play with little horses on and all this sort of stuff. And so we were making these little things to sell for the hospital. And some of the guys were really crap at it, and I was really pissed off with them. And so I got all the rubbish work they'd done.
Like a carousel kind of thing.
Yeah, carousels, little carousels and little creatures on. And we were making them all. They were making a real shit heap out of it. It was right nonsense. And I was so pissed off that I went to the hospital notice board and I put all the names of these guys on and their examples of their pathetic work for everyone to see. I got a telling off for doing that. So everyone would knew what rubbish they were making and how stupid they were. Yes. There's a few more.
So you told them how crap their work was?
Yes, I did. I told everybody. I put it on the notice board and I pinned them. I stuck everything on. How old was I? I was doing them in my late 30s. Well, I was in my 30s, yes. I was in hospital in my 30s. Yeah.
You were in your 30s when you told people their work was crap?
Yeah, I did.
Callous disregard for the emotions of others?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And why on earth did you feel the need to do that?
Because I'm a little bitch. Well, you ask us to tell you, so I'm telling you. If that's bad things I've done. Yeah, if I don't like somebody, I can really bring them down. I can. I don't do it to people I like.
They literally did nothing to you. They were just trying to fashion a piece of wood into the shape of a horse.
Things like that, little things.
They were literally just trying to fashion a piece of wood into a horse.
It was just woodwork, yeah, but I wasn't impressed.
You made them question their whole identity and effect on the world.
I wasn't impressed, yeah.
Wow. Note to self.
Oh, yeah.
Note to self, Chickpea is the harshest. Chickpea, you are perhaps the harshest art critic that ever lived.
You know what else I did once when I was at school? One of the teachers, she had, this is the horrible thing I did. This is bad of me. I was a naughty little girl, actually. One of the teachers, she'd been to the loo and she hadn't pulled her knickers up properly and her skirt got caught in her knickers. So basically, she was walking with all her bottom showing down the pavement. And I was walking behind her, giggling. I never told her. I let her just go like.
Say that. Tell me that story one more time.
This is when I was a schoolgirl at boarding school. And one of the teachers, she must have been to the loo, and she hadn't pulled her, women go to the loo, you pull your little knickers down, you've got your skirt, blah, blah, blah. She had caught her skirt up in her knickers somehow. And so all the back of her dress was caught up in her knickers. So she was walking around with her knickers on show and her skirt tucked up in her knickers. Have you ever seen that woman do that by mistake? You've probably never seen it, but yeah. And instead of telling her, I just let her carry on walking about like that. I did. See,
I'm gobsmacked. What subject did she teach?
English. English lit. Why? What difference does that make? She was my English lit teacher. And she used to give me a hard time because I was no good at poetry. Because I don't like poetry. Loathe it. True. I bet you think to yourself, what little bitch that is.
No, I'm wondering, you know, do you intend to continue being a horrible piece of shit all your life?
Oh, stop it, Grumps. I could I'm the one that feeds a flock of pigeons. No one else does. Yeah, I don't profess to be nice. I've never professed to be. If I don't like somebody, I don't, if I don't like someone, I will do something horrible. I don't do horrible things, but if I don't like someone, a nice little thing I can get in there, I will do it. Yeah, I don't profess to. I don't do it anymore because I barely go out anymore.
Why do you think it was the case in the first place? Why did you? I can understand the officers and the fact you're vegan, but in relation to the teacher,
I didn't like her. I didn't like her.
In what way was she ever mean to you to deserve that?
Well, she wasn't. Well, yeah, I know. I thought it was so funny. I was giggling, sticking away. Look. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm sorry. I was only 15. That's what we can be little bitches when we're young. You know that yourself, Grumps. So there. I didn't profess to be innocent little thing. I'm not. But now you know why I never eat out, just in case someone might do the same to me. Be careful when you eat out, folks, because I wasn't the only one doing it. Just saying.
What about when you worked in the pub, Chickpea?
I spat in a few pints. But it happens in pubs when you don't like one of the customers. Yeah. It does. That's where I learned it from, because I saw it going on around me. But I've told you. That's why I won't eat. That's why I never eat out, because I haven't forgotten what I did and what I saw. I haven't forgotten. Yeah. So always be nice to waiting staff, everybody, because you don't know what they might do to your food before they put it down in front of you. Grumps, you're acting as though I've gone and dropped a nuclear device somewhere.
I'm not shocked, Chickpea.
Thanks.
I don't know what that. Were you expecting me to be shocked?
I don't know.
Were you expecting me to be speechless? Anyway, Couples Light says that's the problem with being nasty. You always have to watch your back, and you become paranoid. People are out to get you. What do you think of that?
I'm not paranoid, so I don't think anyone's out to get me. Have I ever said anyone's out to get me? I haven't, never.
Not that I'm aware, no.
No. Anyway, I've had pretty nasty things done to me. Did I tell you someone broke my nose once?
You did, when you were in school, yeah.
Yeah, someone smashed my nose. I've had people steal from me. I've had all sorts of horrible things done to me. So people aren't that innocent either. When I was...
All right, Chippy. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Vegan Equilibrium is here. Vegan Equilibrium, I'm sorry to ask you this question, but it is the topic of the show, and it would be ruder for me not to allow you to join in. Vegan Equilibrium, are you a horrible piece of shit?
Well, one man's shit is another man's gold, so just put it that way.
What do you think of that? From one person's vantage point, Vegan Equilibrium is an absolute turd, but from another, he is a golden statue of some Adonis. What do you think, Chickpea, of that fact that it's a matter of perspective?
I don't know. I'm still thinking.
Like some people will say, Chickpea, you are an odious cretin.
Well, a lot of people don't. Yeah.
Others will say you're just fine and dandy.
Yeah, if I don't like someone, they will know it. I'm a lot of faults, but two-facedness isn't one of them. If I don't like somebody, I will show it. I will play dirty tricks on them. And I would never harm anyone, but they are playing dirty little tricks on them and things. And I will. And
But
I
I'll
will.
tell you what, whether whether someone thinks I'm a horrible piece of shit or, you know, a gift from God, I'm living rent free in their head, baby.
But you're not living.
You know, I know this isn't totally on topic, but I heard a crazy story last night that I felt like I wanted to share with some of the people here that might think that, you know, America or the UK is such a bad place. I was hanging out with a Nigerian friend of mine, and she was unfortunate enough to be living in her village in Nigeria when she got appendicitis and the doctors were on strike. And because the doctors were on strike, it took them like a long time, like days or weeks, to treat her at the hospital. And they, you know, when you get appendicitis, there is some time, I think, when they can give you some antibiotics maybe, or they take it out, or they just take it out right away. They ended up waiting till it was basically about to explode, and someone basically out of the kindness of their heart would, you know, operated on her, but they didn't have any of the staff to help. They didn't have a lot of supplies. So she ended up getting an infection that her uncle, who was a nurse, had to help her treat and extract for like 5 months or 6 months. They were putting gauze into. He had to actually cut. They didn't have any anesthetic. They had to cut her open without anesthetic and cut out the abscess and basically put gauze inside of her for like every day. And you got to soak up the for like 5 or 6 months. And that's because like the doctors were on strike and they have such poor healthcare system over there. And I'm just thinking, like, when I was hearing this story, I was shocked to hear what she had to go through without anesthetic or anything. And I was just like, oh my God, we really got it good in the UK and in America and the UK and other developed areas. Because like, even if you don't have money to treat shit like that here, if you have appendicitis, no matter what, they're taking your appendix out and they're going to give you antibiotics and shit. You know what I mean? So I was just really shocked when she was telling me the story, because she had a big ass scar. And I was like, what was that? Because there was a deep scar. And she gave me permission to tell the story. I'm like, I need to tell this story, because she said, okay, that's fine. But that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, the poor girl.
Yes, that's not nice. Yeah, we're very lucky here, actually. We're the luckiest people on the planet, actually, us lot in the West. We are.
Yeah. Yeah, so when people come on here, like, complaining about, you know, like, this society or what the cost of this society is or whatever, you know, I think it's worth the, like, sometimes I'm like, fine, you know what? I'll, if it means paying taxes or like slaving at some shitty job or whatever to be able to avoid going through that shit, then yeah, fine. I know it's not perfect, but anyway, that's not the topic of the show. But I was just like, that was on my mind, and I was like, I want to rant about that on Finding Gnosis.
Feel better now?
Yeah.
That's good. So,
But sometimes I am worried I'm a piece of shit.
really?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like
we lost you there. You said sometimes. Oh, sometimes you feel like you are. Do you want to elaborate, or do you want to tell us how it feels to think that you are a piece of shit?
Yeah, I was saying that when I meet like people that like do a lot of volunteer work and shit like that, I think to myself, damn, like I do feel like kind of a selfish asshole, like, you know, when there's these people that like just live to like help others, and I'm just like, oh, like my bare minimum is that I don't buy animal products, you know.
Well, you've done a lot of activism in the past.
Yeah, I guess I have, but it's like I don't do that as much nowadays, except like on here. And yeah, I don't know, and I'm not gonna act like I'm in any rush to like go volunteer at a soup kitchen or something, but there's these people out there that all the time, so I'm like, damn, I guess I am kind of a piece of shit compared to them.
It's an interesting point. Do you think perhaps everyone should volunteer in some form?
I mean, I guess it would certainly probably be helpful. I mean, there's a lot of stuff people should do, you know.
Chickpea, what about you? Do you want to go volunteering?
I don't anymore, but I do give money to cat welfare groups. I give money to Catman 757, you know, the guy in Canada, all the cats, and I give money.
But is that enough? I mean, shouldn't you be out there serving up soup to the homeless, or you know, picking up litter in your neighborhood?
No, I've told you, Gramps. When they stop caring what I care about, then I'll start caring about them.
Yeah, but that's like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was gonna just say the same thing you were about to say.
I was gonna say, Chickpea, if they saw you out and about doing these things and you were wearing your T-shirt, you know, with a slogan on it about animal rights,
people don't give a shit.
Maybe they would say, "Oh, this Chickpea character seems to be a nice lady helping people." I wonder what else she has to say, and maybe it might be an opportunity to spread the good word.
No, Gramps, when I used to do the animal rights activism when I was younger, one thing I learned was people don't give a shit, and they don't. And you'll find many animal rights activists say the same thing. And I've told you, I've even been spat at. At the end of the day, all those years I put towards that, I didn't go out.
It's a harsh.
All my time. It's a very
harsh thing to come to realize, and look, it's not just there. You see it on this show, don't you? People like Fatima. Fatima's in the live chat. Fatima is a very clever lady.
Grumpy guts. No, let me
but
talk.
Just won't come over to veganism for whatever reason.
Talk, okay. When I used to, you know, I remember when I worked, I used to put little notices up on the notice board about animal exploitation. Everything. People say to me, "Yeah, when I see footage of it, when I see it here, there, and everywhere, I will change my ways." Well, people have gone out there, filmed it, risked their lives, and put it online. It hasn't made the blindest bit of difference, and it hasn't done. Not the blindest bit of difference. I know one live vegan in my area. That's one person. That's all I know. We're so rare, even now, after all that footage that's on the internet. They don't give a shit. Well, I don't give a shit anymore. I give money to cat charities, you know, what have you. And if there was a cat charity, if there was a cat, rescue centre close by to be the nearest ones in Canning Town.
This is the Finding Gnosis show. If you would like to join the conversation, please click on the link below the video now.
Grumpy Guts, that's very naughty of you.
Sorry, I pressed it. I was about to press it a while back, and I still had my finger over that area.
Yes, Grumpy Guts. Yeah. If there was a cat rescue centre close by, I would go and give my time to it, but there isn't. And I have sort of said to feline friends, how about we get one here? But Unfortunately, there's no space for it, and I live in a very densely populated area, so I just look after 7 I've got. They're all unwanted. But yeah, I guess
Nefarious,
Noel don't forget.
Nefarious says Nefarious is saying he should be doing more. Vegan Equilibrium says that as well, but Chickpea says she's done enough.
No, I'm not saying that, Grumpy. No,
Oh.
no, that's not fair. No, no,
Okay,
no,
sorry.
no, no. I give money because I've got to
Yes,
give.
no, I know that. I understand that.
You know, I've got excess resources.
Okay. We don't have to get into that here. But we understand you give. That's good. But can you not do as well?
Grumpy Guts, I'm 72 years old. I've got rheumatoid arthritis, all the leftovers of it. It's not that simple. Plus, I've got 7 of my own to care for.
It's fair enough. It's
I've got
fair
7.
enough. So I don't think you should feel like a horrible shit under
I
such
don't feel like
circumstances.
I don't profess to be nice, Grumps. I'm nice. I could be absolute
Do you
bitch.
enjoy being a horrible piece of shit?
If I don't like somebody, they will know it. Because one thing I don't hide my hide my dislike. It's all over my face and it's in my voice. As you know, people have said to you on this channel, I can hear the hate coming. They can feel the hate coming off the screen. Yeah, because if I don't like someone, they will know. I don't care.
I'm sorry to hear this. Or read this. Pristine in the live chat says she's got a very long list of all the pieces of shit who have done horrible things to her. I'm sorry to hear that, Pristine. Pristine, I'm sorry to ask the question, but seeing as it's related to the topic of the show, is it possible you are a piece of shit on somebody else's list of horrible things that other people have done to them? Is it possible you are a horrible piece of shit on someone else's list? I don't know.
Oh,
Do come on and tell us.
Oh, Grumpy Guts, don't forget, and I bit that man in his face. And you know, he was walking around with a plaster on his face for about 6 weeks. I gave him a good old bite, and I should have
Tell us about that in a moment. Pristine says she didn't do anything at all. She says people are just straight up evil assholes. And she said she doesn't do shit. She just exists. There you go, Pristine.
Yeah, why not? I agree with that.
So she's not a horrible piece of shit. She just exists. And yet, for some reason, she finds herself mixing with and being on the wrong end of bad actions from pieces of shit around her. I'm sorry to hear that, Pristine. Yeah, you said you bit someone in the face, Chickpea. Would you like to tell us that story?
Guys. Yes, guys. This man tried to attack me. He was a naval officer, and we went out on a date. And, we used to actually sort of work together, and he took me out on a date. He decided he got a bit too friendly for him, so I told him to stop it, and he wouldn't. And he put his face near to mine, and I bit the shit out of him. I bit and I bit and I bit. And he spent the next 6 weeks walking around with heavy-duty dressings on his face. But the best part was my boss knew it was me that had done it because there'd been a telex between us, and my boss knew. And every time this guy came in the office, because he was the one of the ship's little gophers, my boss, the chief writer, he used to stand there grinning at me and winking. It was so funny. Yeah, my boss agreed with what I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Finding Gnosis show. And you're welcome to come on here and talk. You can talk about whether you're a horrible piece of shit or whether there's horrible pieces of shit floating around in the toilet bowl that you find yourself currently sequestered within. Do come on and tell us. This is the Finding Gnosis show. We are trying to find out what is going on in this strange existence that we are all apparently sharing, and what it is that we should be doing whilst we are here, apparently sharing this strange existence. Okay, today we're asking, are you a horrible piece of shit? As some kind of amateur attempt at shadow work, raw shadow work, trying to poke in to our life and find out where we're going wrong. What is it perhaps that we could do better? What is it perhaps that we aren't doing enough of?
And Grumps, what about your dirty little tricks on people? You must have done a few in your time, surely.
Well, you can name them.
I don't know. I don't know what you've done wrong, Grumps.
Okay, in the past.
Yeah. God, you must have
I
few.
suppose I have said not being strictly monogamous.
All right, yeah. Well, we all done that.
Sorry?
We all
Sorry?
do that. We all do that. Well, most of us do.
Oh my God.
What?
And you don't feel bad about that?
But being monogamous. Well,
No.
I'm not one of these, no, I don't lie. Well, no. Anyway, I didn't, I used to flip from one guy to another. I never stayed anywhere long enough. You know what? I've told you, Grumpy Guts. My husband cheated on, but I didn't cheat on him. I didn't actually.
What do you think that he did do that? Does that make him a horrible piece of shit?
No, I was quite, if you want, I'm not that, when it comes to sex, I'm very easygoing. I'm very, very easygoing, and I am. I don't have that thing. I've never wanted children, so why should I care? If, why should I, yeah, I'm very easygoing. I don't admit being any different. Sorry, but, But you've never been married, Grump, so what are you talking about monogamy for?
Well, you still have expectations, don't you, when you're in relationships?
I don't know. I've never lived that lie, to be honest, I must admit. I tend to flit from one to the other. Actually, promiscuity. Oh, yes, promiscuity. That I regret. Because I come from the 60s, and promiscuity was thrown at us by the TV and by...
Thank you to Dirty Lowlife. At least we understand and admit our faults.
Well,
Go ahead, Chickpea.
I regret my my behaviour from when I was young. I do regret it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I regret.
What was the? I think perhaps some of it was a lack of mentorship, and also lack of openness in regard to certain things, and also perhaps an unrealistic notion of what is the right path. I mean, not everybody is fit or wants to go down this kind of Sunday school conservative view of life.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want that. But I come from a time in the 60s, we had all this free love thing thrown at us. And when you're a sort of impressionable 14-year-old, you really take that on board. Plus, it was the whole marijuana thing. And for a while, life seemed to back, the 70s, it was the same. I think we were all at it, and I do regret it because it didn't do me any favors. I do regret it. I don't regret it from a biblical sense, but I regret that I didn't, respect my body a little bit more, so to speak.
Yes, you didn't, because at the end of the day, your body is your temple.
Yes,
exactly. You've got to be careful who you let into that temple.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. And
not everybody wants to worship that temple, in that temple.
Yes. And I do regret it. Yeah.
Not everybody deserves the peace and tranquility, the well-being that could be found in that temple.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do regret it. It's done.
Do you regret your choice of men over the years then?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, but I regret it, yeah. I was, I was just a stupid young woman who got caught up in it all. I was a real wild child, but a lot of it was to do with my conditioning, of course. But, yeah, I do regret it. Yeah, I do regret it. But I did it. I can't go back on it. I didn't do it to get the better of anybody or anything like that. It was no evil intent. It was just sheer stupidity and alcohol.
Reckless abandonment, hedonism, and intoxication.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Yeah,
Inebriation.
yes, yes,
You were a good time girl.
yes. Yeah,
Girls just want to have fun.
yeah, yeah. There was no evil intent or anything like that. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Was it wrong? Was it a road you'd say to other young women, don't go down?
Oh God, don't go down that road. I would say that to any young woman. Don't go down
Don't
that
do
road.
what I did.
Yeah. Oh yes, I would say that to any young woman and young man.
Don't do what I did.
Don't do what I did.
Go and stand on your soapbox and tell young ladies out there what they shouldn't do. Go ahead. Go ahead. This might. You never know. You might save a few souls. Go ahead.
What? Don't tell young girls to sleep around.
I want you to give advice to women of age, young women. I want you to give them advice, life advice. Go ahead.
Right, girls.
By the way, guys, disclaimer: this isn't professional advice. Don't listen to it. This is the Finding Gnosis show. But go ahead, Chickpea. Anyway,
I think girls should wait at least 4 or 5 months before they have sex with a guy. Give it a good 5 months, 6 months. Yeah. Because all this instant sex, it's the female that suffers. Men love it, but if as a woman, it's not a good idea. Sad, brutal reality.
oh, Couples Light lives in Las Vegas. I've been there. I've walked down the strip.
Yeah.
I stayed in Bally's. It's a bit of a shithole, but I stayed in Bally's. I went to all of the hotels and a lot of the casinos there, the big ones.
Yeah. And I say the same about alcohol and drugs, although I didn't do drugs. Keep off the alcohol. Yeah, I did it.
Keep off the alcohol.
Yeah.
Chickpea, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let's take this
No,
really seriously.
I'm not going to close my eyes, Grumps.
I want you
Why would I
to
close?
give some life advice. Come on. Don't
What?
drink. Wait 5 months before you
6
get
months.
humped.
Yeah, wait
6 months before you get humped.
Yeah.
Don't drink. Don't drink at all, or what would you
Well,
say?
you know, don't drink with some strange bloke in a bar. Give it. Don't do it because it's so easy to get caught up, and I know so. Because, you know, when you've been on the booze, you know yourself, everyone is better looking, aren't they? Yes, when you're pissed, everyone is more attractive, and you let your inhibitions down, and you're easy game, especially if you're a female.
Wow, you make it sound like you've got like predators looking at you. I suppose you kind of have.
Well,
Easy
I did
game.
when I was young.
You know when you think about it, it's like there's people out there hunting for you.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that? Did you ever feel like you were like an antelope being hunted?
Yeah, looking back on it, yes, I didn't even realise. I was flattered, but basically they were looking for one night stands, an easy lay. It's sad, grim, brutal reality, and I fell for it. A lot of us did.
Time and time again and
Yeah.
again.
It comes from bad parenting. I never had
And
a proper
again.
father. It comes from bad
again.
parenting.
And
I
yet
never had
again.
a proper father to teach me. You don't. I didn't have that.
You see, what could he have taught you though? You know,
Well,
let's
because
be honest.
a proper
If he had
father-
been a man, if he had been a man of virtue, if he'd been a good man, maybe he wouldn't have known the ways of a bad man, so he couldn't have taught you about it.
No, I never had a proper father who I could talk to, who I could relate to. I never had that in my life, and I didn't have it. It just wasn't there. So, when I used to, you're always looking for that. Even as a grown woman, you're still looking for your father figure, and it never leaves you, because a girl's most important emotional involvement is with her father, just like for a boy, it's his mother. And that's a sad, grim reality. And if as a young person you don't get that, it will screw you up. It will do.
Brojo says he was a piece of shit in 1996. Do you want to come on and tell us about that? That's a long time ago. 30 years ago.
I was
still
doing
going
it
on
50
about
years ago. This was 50 years ago.
Yeah, Brojo was a piece of shit in 1996, and he's still going on about it 3 decades later. So, you know, if that isn't a warning for young people not to be pieces of shit, I don't know what is.
I don't know. It's unless
There's
you've
a
got
man still going on about it 30 years after it happened. He was once a piece of shit in 1996, and he's still nattering on about it. Brojo, do you want to come on and get some cathartic release live on the Finding Gnosis show? Release the shit. Release the burden. The darkness of your soul. Let it all out. Be born again, renewed, with your eyes on being a virtuous man, your heart and mind
I hope
moving
my
in the right
neighbours aren't listening
direction.
to this.
Moving in the right direction. By the way, Couples Light says that's great advice, Chickpea. You are
Oh, thank
entirely
you.
correct.
Oh, thank you for that. That's very sweet of you. Yeah.
Dark Light Delirium says it's better to be celibate and lonely than to be with someone who doesn't
Yes.
appreciate and empower you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
exactly
true.
true. That's
That's
very,
true. We'll give that
very, very true.
a round of applause. I think is
Yes.
due for that stellar
Yes, it is.
advice
Yes.
and
And that's something you don't learn.
point
You
of view.
don't. This is why girls need a proper father figure who they are emotionally involved with to teach his daughter all that. It's sad, brutal reality, and it is.
Yes, yes. Now, there's a comment here from Yuzu. Would you like to comment on this? They said they're 24. They feel bad for being celibate, but they know it doesn't matter. I mean, Chickpea, can you make this young person feel better? They're worried about being celibate. They're
And you
24.
stay
They feel bad.
celibate.
Say that again?
Stay celibate until you meet someone. It doesn't matter. Just stay celibate.
Tell them why
Seriously.
it doesn't matter. Tell them why it doesn't matter.
Because until I come from a time, where you met someone, you had sex with them, matters hours of meeting them. So I don't know how the opposite feels, but I wish I'd stuck around and learnt the opposite. I'll never know that because it's too late now. But he should, be pleased that you're celibate. When you meet the right person, let it ride for a while until you're sure of yourself, and don't drink. It's the alcohol that does it.
Recently I met a 60 or so year old virgin.
Wow.
Quite unbelievable. And they're a Jehovah's Witness, and they just
Yes.
didn't have sex because they thought it was a sin.
Yes.
And it's quite remarkable. But in many ways, they turned out okay. They're
Yes.
perfectly fine.
Yes.
They're perfectly happy. I'm not telling
Yes.
people to be Jehovah's Witnesses, but I am saying it's not the be all and end all. And in actual fact,
was
it will
lucky
save you a
that-
lot of agony and worry. You won't get
Yes.
any. You won't get any genital warts. You won't get any crabs.
Yes, exactly.
You won't have any visits to the clap clinic.
Yes, exactly. There's a
You
lot to be
won't
said
have
for
the
it.
immersion. You won't become addicted to it. I was addicted to it for a while. So yeah, I mean, there's it's not the be all and end all. In fact, unfortunately, in a lot of ways, it's a terrible distraction sometimes.
Yes, but that's who we were brought up to believe in. We're in the 60s. Well, the sexual revolution. It was mental because it all started in the 60s with the miniskirts, free love, hippies. That's when it all started. And I was stuck right in the middle of it. We were brainwashed as youngsters. I wasn't the only one. And we were. Never gets talked about, but we were brainwashed.
We're
And I
talking
can
about it now.
remember
Chickpea.
what?
We're talking about it now.
Yeah. But
Just in case you didn't know, you are live on the internet.
Yes, thank you. I know the whole bloody world's listening.
It went from not talking about it at all to suddenly declaring it live on the Finding Gnosis show on the
It
internet.
wasn't talked about, but it was in. Well, you look at Hollywood movies; they're still doing it. You're led to believe that romance is. Yeah, sometimes some people get lucky, but I don't think many of us do.
What is being lucky?
Well, my aunt and uncle found it. The aunt and uncle of mine who've been together for 70 years, they found it. They met when they were at school. As far as I know, they're still together. Must be getting on for 100. They found it.
The link is in the live chat, guys. If you want to come on, this is the Finding Gnosis show. You're welcome to come on and talk about whether you're a piece of shit and what that means going forwards. Okay, we have a Dark Light Delirium who has just graced us with his presence. Dark Light Delirium, you are live on the Finding Gnosis show, in case you didn't know. And there's one question for you here. Are you a horrible piece of shit?
No, I'm gonna piss a bunch of people off because I'm perfect and I mean it.
All right, you wish. Oh, dear.
I told you I'm
No,
pissing people off
give the man
already.
his chance. Give his man the chance. Give this man a chance to speak, please, Chickpea. Chickpea, don't be so cynical. Maybe it is possible. Maybe it is possible someone is perfect. Maybe, just maybe. You might highly doubt it, as do I, but still give the man a chance. He's just arrived.
I-
Speak, Dark Light Delirium. Tell us why you are not a horrible piece of shit.
It really feels like. Are you religious, Gnosis?
No.
Okay. I don't. It just kind of feels like some Christianity lingering over there or something. I don't know. Okay. So, well, okay. I don't believe in sin. There's no such thing as sin. I don't believe in evil. There's no such thing as evil. There's no such thing as objective
What?
morality. All morality is subjective. So that is why I
Believe
do
that?
not submit. I'm sorry.
You
What?
actually believe that?
Oh
There's no
yeah.
such thing as sin or evil.
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe in sin or evil. No.
What? So don't you think it's evil to factory farm 90 billion godforsaken animals every year? Don't you think that's evil?
No. I wouldn't use the word evil. I would say there are things that are bad, but I do not
Oh, I
call
think
it
it's evil. I call that evil.
bad. Is a subjective
No, I don't think
perception.
really. So what about the child slaves in Bangladesh? What about? Don't you think that's evil?
You could name off the most horrific things you can think of, and I will still say that is not evil because I do
Oh,
not
no.
believe in the construct of evil
Oh, I
itself.
do. Oh, I do.
Let's
I
go
do.
back. Look, Dark Light Delirium. You know some things are bad, all right? You don't call them evil, but you call them bad. But if you
Yeah.
know things are bad, does that not mean you could still be a horrible piece of shit to someone else because you're doing bad things, or you're likely to encourage bad things happening in the world? So, potentially you could still be a horrible piece of shit, whether you believe in evil or not. So, are you a horrible piece of shit under
No.
that?
No.
Why not? Tell us why.
No. Well, are you
Have you
asking?
have you have you ever been a horrible piece of shit? Go ahead.
No. No. I'm perfect. I've always been perfect. My mama used to tell me that God made me perfect and beautiful, but He couldn't make me too smart. So, if God made me smart, perfect, and beautiful, then everyone would get jealous and try to kill me. So, I mean, I had to give a little bit on the smart part just to get to all this beauty and all this perfection.
So,
So,
what are you going to say to someone like Chickpea who says she is and she has been a horrible piece of shit?
well, that is her perception, and she's entitled to her perception. It kind of sounded like you were asking me two different questions. It kind of sounded like you were asking me if I think I'm a piece of shit. Then it sounded like a separate question of do I think someone else might think I'm a piece of shit? Because
Is
that's
that
actually two
true?
different
We
questions.
can go down that route then, yeah.
So no, I don't think I'm a piece of shit. It wouldn't surprise me if someone else would look upon me and think I'm a piece of shit, but that doesn't affect me. I don't require the validation of their perception.
Are you telling me you don't reorient yourself based on the opinion of others?
No. I am my own God. I do not
If someone
let.
says to you, hey, I don't like that, are you telling me you wouldn't even think twice about stopping?
I have consideration for others, if that's what you're asking, but to me that doesn't necessarily equate to the horrible piece of shit construct. I have consideration for others. I'm 75% narcissistic, but the other 25% is empathic. I do have empathy, but that also ties into my theology because I am God, but also everyone else is God as well. We are all a fractal extension of the Godhood. You are just another me. So I try to treat others around me with respect, if that's what you're asking. And it kind of sounded like you were getting at, am I a rapist? You're like, did you stop if someone says stop? Yes, I stop. I don't want it unless they're saying, yes, daddy, give it to me personally.
Okay. Now, the fact that you hold on a second. before you said that, you said something interesting there. It was something like you like people to you like to make life enjoyable. Is that what you said for others? You said something, but
Well, I have
whatever it was,
consideration for others.
you have consideration for others. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have consideration for others, but I'm not going to let if someone thinks, for example, this is a great example because I have 17 dogs. I live off grid in the woods with no electric for 10 years now, and I'm broke as fuck because all my extra money goes towards my dogs. Here's some of them. Look.
Oh, how cute. Hello, baby. Oh, hello, you. Look, Grumps.
Very nice indeed. I'm going to make the screen big so we can see them again. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, wow. Oh, how lovely. How cute.
Yeah, beautiful. They do look happy.
Oh.
They look happy, well rested, well fed.
But my
They
whole
look
point,
like they're living the best doggy high life.
my whole point for bringing my dogs up is I get all kinds of people that say you got too many dogs, you're always broke, you don't take proper care of your dogs. So I don't care about I don't take their opinions into consideration so much as to where I would get rid of my dogs just to make other people happy.
You're
My
the same
dog-
as me.
I'm sorry.
You're the same as me. I've got 7
What?
cats.
Someone's asking, why is one of the dogs in a cage?
He gets mean to some of the other dogs, and so when I first let him out, because I just got home a little bit ago, when I first let him out, I got to keep him put up for a little bit, and then I'll let him out because he's my littlest dog. He's my favorite dog too. He's my favorite, but he'll run around and he'll bully the bigger dogs. He'll run
Okay,
around
so
and bully the.
It's just for the short term. Now that you've got
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
you're going to let him out.
Yeah. The one in the cage is my favorite dog, but I just have him in there because, or else
How
he'd
many
be
dogs do you
bullying.
have? How many dogs do you have?
17.
17 dogs. Okay, so he has 17 dogs. Chippy has 7 cats. Dogs are winning it in terms of numbers
My dogs
here.
are my life, though. My dogs are my family. My dogs are my friends. I've been living off grid in the woods with a pack of dogs for 10 years now. And there's some Christians in the comment section who was calling me a blasphemer. I would like to address them real quick because I was talking bad about Jesus. So they're calling me a blasphemer. But check this out. Christianity itself, the entire religion of Christianity, is a heresy and and is blasphemous to the Jews. Yet that does not stop the Christians from existing. They are not going to all of a sudden not be Christian just because the Jews look upon them as blasphemous and heretical. So I just wanted to make that comparison.
They might well say the Christians won't believe that, though. Will they? They will believe that Christianity is the next, the successor to Judaism, right?
I just had a debate about Christianity with a OG Christian apologist on Sunday, and Jill. If anyone knows Jill, he likes to hit up the theology realms.
So you Bible reader then? Or have you read it?
Well, yeah, I do read, but I don't read it to capitulate to it.
Mhm.
I read the Bible, I read the Torah, I read the Quran in order to more effectively be able to defy. I read it to defy it. I don't read it to capitulate to it. Let's just put it that way.
All right. Well, I'm a little Bible freak, or used to be when I was young. I'm one of these waiting for the revelation. And I am, and I believe it too. Sad, isn't it?
No, it's not sad. It's your right. You know, that's all part of our theological journey. And
Yeah.
you know, I never get sideways at followers of Abraham unless they get sideways with me. I prefer to be civil, but when I express my perception and my defiance, I call it, it's the dark light defiance. Because I do believe in the one true creator. I'm a non-Abrahamic true monotheist. The actual one true creator called upon me to defy the broken theology of Abraham everywhere that I encounter it.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm a little revelation freak.
Are we getting lost here? I mean, maybe you're getting too obsessed with the
Want to see a
terminology.
cat? Would you like to see one of my
You're getting
cats?
too, Chickpea, one moment. You're getting too obsessed with the terminology, dark light. I mean, you may not think of yourself as a horrible piece of shit, but perhaps in some way you are not living in a good way for others, and maybe that matters.
Not to
Maybe
me.
maybe not to you.
Not to me. No. No, not to me. That's the narcissism kicking in. 75% narcissism, bro. Like I live for me. I don't live for other people.
You're like me. You're like me. I live for myself purely, and my cats.
Yeah, and that was a very cute cat. Very cute cat.
So
That's Lala.
in actual fact, you may well be a horrible piece of shit. Dark light delirium.
To get to
I mean, look. If you're saying you don't care that the way you behave might hurt someone, you could be a literal, talking, walking piece of shit.
Well, check it out. That there are billions of people on this planet. Every single thing that you do, every single second of your life, out of them billions of people, someone could very well look upon that and say, "I don't agree with that." Well, fuck you, motherfucker. I not you. That to the hypothetical person.
I hear you. I hear you.
I wasn't addressing that to you, to a hypothetical person. So no matter what you do, someone's going to have a problem with it. So I do take others into consideration up to a point, but I don't tell other people how to live, and I don't like other people telling me how to live. I do me, y'all do you. And yes, there very well could be people out there that look upon me and say that guy's a piece of shit, and that's fine. That's their right to have their perception. But if you're asking me if I believe I'm a piece of shit, no, I don't. The last
Pristine says maybe you should just grow up because let's be honest, being an adult is I would say a functional adult. I'm not saying you're dysfunctional. I think maybe you're doing this, but I don't know. Maybe either you don't see it or you perhaps you interpret it differently to us. But I think part of being a functional adult is taking into consideration how others perceive us and trying to walk forward in a way that offers a win-win situation for everybody. So you don't step on their toes too much if you can help it. You try to be civil, you try to put your best foot forward, you lead with a smile if possible. All these things, you try your best to fit in because it would be hypocritical for you. It would be hypocritical of you not to try that, because if anybody comes to you and annoys you, what right would you have to complain? If you
I don't have any right to try to dictate other people, and no other people have the right to try to dictate me.
Is there not a duty on you perhaps to tell other people when they're being an arsehole? I mean, it's for the betterment of themselves, not only society, but it would help them be a better person, and then it would help them perhaps fit into society more, become more successful, maybe become more socially ingratiated, maybe move up in society easier. Maybe that would make them a better person. Maybe you would be in some way educating them. What's wrong with calling someone an arsehole if they are indeed an arsehole?
Well, I just wanted to back up just a cunt here, because the way you framed that before was that I had zero consideration for people, and that's not true. I do have consideration for people, just up to a point. I'm not going to live my life completely dependent on what other people think of me. That this is my life, and to respond to Pristine in the comment section, where she said grow up, that kind of sounded like an ad hominem in there, and kind of like she was trying to induce some shame. And I'm quite shameless. I'm a classless heathen. I am shameless. No one is ever going to shame me. I told you I was going to piss people off because genuinely, I am not a piece of shit. I'm perfect. I'm sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings, Miss Pristine's son. Sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I happen to be perfect. But the thing is, I think everything is perfect because that goes into my definition of God. God is a perfect creator. God created everything. Everything is perfect.
Oh, I disagree with there. I think it's an absolute asshole, and I hate him. I do. I hate him with a passion.
Okay, now we have the revolutionary. Thank you, Darklight. It's fantastic to have you here. And I don't think you're really an arsehole, by the way. Not a total arsehole, anyway. I'll say I don't think you're a total arsehole. Is that fair enough?
So how did you get into this life? How did you manage to leave society and just set up on your own? How did you do that?
Chickpea, before you take over the show, I'm going to ask Revolutionary a
listen to
question.
him.
The Revolutionary has been waiting here,
Ooh.
you know, to start a revolution.
Because I want to ask.
It will be rude of us.
William.
I know you want, but we can't always get what we want.
Oh.
Now learn to self-soothe on that note, and be okay with that. I'm going to move on to the Revolutionary. I'll come back to you, Chickpea,
look, baby.
at a later
Look.
point in time.
Oh, how sweetie. Look at that. Grumps, look. What a gorgeous baby. I do like dogs. Look at him. Oh, hello. Look, Grumps. Look at them.
Okay, the Revolution will have to wait. There's dogs on the screen.
Yeah, dogs on the street. Look. Oh, how gorgeous. Oh, look at them. I'd like to have
I'm
I'd like to
talking
have an
about a
Italian
revolution,
greyhound.
baby.
I want Italian
I want to
greyhound.
hear what the Revolutionary is going to say. The Revolutionary, you're on the show. What do you have to say about the topic? The Revolutionary, are you a horrible piece of shit? You are currently muted. Please unmute yourself and answer the question. Well, they're still muted.
Anyway, Dark, the fact that you love your dogs more to people is fine by me because I do the same with my cats. My cats first, the rest of the human race can wait.
Okay.
I'd like to call someone out for being a horrible piece of shit.
Be careful how you do it.
That dude Lindo is like posting weird troll comments on my page now because he's so butthurt that I've exposed him for being a complete asshole. And just for the record, no, my guitar strap is vegan. I did not buy a guitar strap with leather ends. So I don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, you're not gonna post on my channel anymore. So anyway, I know you're a fragile flesh fetish boy.
Was he having a go at you because you're vegan, was he?
Posting asinine remarks on my videos. So, you know, this is what these meat flakes do. They're very fragile people.
Hello, Nibbles.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming on here, Vegan Equilibrium. Maybe Lindo can come on and tell us about being a horrible piece of shit, if indeed he is one. He's welcome to come on here, Lindo, if you're there. But guys, I'm going to share the link in the live chat again, so any horrible pieces of shit who want to can step up and have their say on being a horrible piece of shit. The link is now in the live chat. Do come on if you want to join the show. Dark Light Delirium, then, what do you have to say to these other people who think they have been or indeed are horrible pieces of shit?
So I believe in bad. I will say that there are things that are bad, but we are all subjective awarenesses, and as a subjective state-dependent awareness, we are inevitably going to come across things that we call bad, which is just a realization that something could be a little bit better. So I would advocate for people loving themselves, get rid of the things in your life that are negative and do things in your life that you love. And I actually used to be very depressed and suicidal. And once I realized that I'm God and I create my own world, as soon as I realized that, that's when I realized that I have the power to create a better world for myself. So possibly if you think that you're a piece of shit, those are things for you to work on. And like I'm saying, I just don't use that terminology, like piece of shit and evil. I don't use that terminology, but I absolutely have things that I need to work on. So I think just be kind to yourself and try to forgive yourself, and that might help you forgive others. And if calling yourself a piece of shit, if you're into self-defecation, because I know a lot of them followers of Abraham love.
Did you just say self-defecation?
Yeah, self-defecation. Yes.
I think you mean deprecation.
Either way, you're either shitting on yourself or talking shit on yourself. Either way.
I see what you're saying.
It was a pun. I'm being a pun master.
Yeah, I got you.
So I would say just love yourself, man. Notice the things that you need to work on in order to love yourself more.
There you go, Chickpea. Know the selves. Know the things you have to work on in order to love yourself more, Chickpea.
All right. I'll try.
Do we really want Chickpea to love herself more than she already does? I mean, she thinks she's made out of chocolate.
Can you please play that cheer up chickpea song again?
Yes,
The one that's out, the gypsy jazz one. The cheer up chickpea, da 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 da.
I don't think. I'm not sure we have that one here anymore.
That was like that was the best one, dude. That one got stuck in my head.
Oh, Grumps, I used to like that.
No. I'll have to
Cheer
find it.
up chickpea. Oh no, not this one. Play the other one.
You go, Teddy.
Oh, chickpea, you must love the world. Bring back happy chickpea and love the world. Oh, chickpea, you must love the world. Bring back happy chickpea and love the world. We need happy chickpea. We need happy chickpea. Chickpea, please love the world.
Damn, that's good.
That was Lala.
Yeah.
You know, I guess there is a human art element to using AI to write songs. So I will say, even though I'm really generally against AI in the music industry, I guess there is this sort of nuance to it where it's like, you know, the way that you're using it to embellish the show, that's the human element to it.
I suppose so.
I did have a question for Chickpea.
What?
Something you said earlier was really interesting to me. You said back in the 60s, it kind of felt like promiscuity
Yes.
was heavily encouraged, and you kind of felt
Yes.
like you were brainwashed into delving into promiscuity. And I just found it really interesting in relation to what I perceive to be a concerted effort to to weaken and erode the family unit, which has
Yes.
been in effect for the entire 1900s up until the 2000s.
Yeah, it did. Yes, yes.
What's
There's stuff on YouTube about all that. A documentary. There's a documentary out there on it, on the subject.
See, I tend to agree more with what Mark Passio says about it, which is actually we don't have free love right now. If we lived in a better world, people could all love each other freely, and it wouldn't create so much negative emotion. We actually have a lot of prudes in society right now, and it's not about tearing up the family unit. It's about people not being able to maturely have mature relationships with multiple partners.
Well,
I don't
I
know.
think
You
that's
know,
an
I'm just
individual
saying.
thing.
Sorry. Go on.
I think that's an individual thing. Like me personally, I've been single and celibate for 10 years waiting on true love, but I don't have time for a girl that does not eat pussy. I don't have time for a girl that does not take it in the ass. I know what I want, and I'm waiting on it. And if it
Fair
doesn't
enough.
come, then I don't give a fuck. But I know what I want, and I'm waiting on it.
But if you're not out there like test driving the cars, you're not going to necessarily know which one suits you.
Once again, that's an individual thing. I'm not into casual sex. I never was. I'm not into test driving.
Well, it doesn't have to be casual to test drive. You don't have. It doesn't necessarily have to be casual. You can date someone and get to the right point, and then you get to that point, and you say, "Was this good? I liked it. Yeah, let's keep going." Or, "Yeah, this wasn't for me." And then also, there are a lot of situations where love grows. So, if you're not totally into someone right away, you end up spending a lot more time with them, and you end up connecting with them on a deeper level, and you end up falling in love. So it's like, and sometimes people adopt your preferences when they really like you. And as a vegan, I've learned this. Like if I go in like guns blazing, like you have to go vegan right now, or I'm not going on a date with you. Like, no, obviously they're not going to be interested in veganism. But if I just like go on the date, we talk, they get to know me in person a little bit first, and they see that how much they like the other attributes about me. They become open-minded to veganism, and then a lot of them want to change.
I beg to differ there, because I was married to a meat eater, and Paul and I, we fell in love. It was one of those, marry in haste, repentant leisure relationships, but it actually broke us up, because once the romantic gloss wore off, which runs about 2 years, I knew that I couldn't live with that meat eater for the next 50 years, and I knew.
Well, I would never date a non-vegan. Like, I would never be exclusive with. No, you can go on dates. You can go on dates with people, but you just make it clear. It gets to a point where you make it clear, like, if they don't go vegan, you're not going to be in an exclusive relationship with them.
Well,
but a lot of them want to.
We married in haste. We married when we knew each other for a few months. It was we met.
Right. Oh, that was the mistake right there.
Young love. That's what you do when you're young. You do stupid things when you're young.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I'm never getting married and that I have a vasectomy. So glad. The best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did.
Because we were, it's life.
You're lucky you didn't have a kid.
Yes. But it's very, speaking as a vegan female, it was impossible to meet a vegan man. I never met one again. It literally, I was the only vegan I knew.
Are you going veggie?
What?
Going veggie.
Oh, but that didn't exist when I was young. I was the only vegan in the area. I was the only vegan I knew but this was back in the 70s, 80s.
Right.
Yes, I met one. He moved in upstairs, but he was 30 years my junior. So, I wasn't going to
have some fun.
No. I'm too old.
Some fun. Have some fun, chickpea.
I wouldn't jump. He had a girlfriend.
Chickpea, have a little fun with a young vegan man.
He had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. He moved. This actually happened. They moved in upstairs. Him and his girlfriend. Young, tall, skinny, blue-eyed, blonde vegan. Just what I wanted. But he was 30 months. Because I could tell you, if I had been in my 40s, I would have broken that relationship up, and I would have done, because I know what I'm like. But I was
You're
already
conniving, home-wrecking Jezebel.
No. See, that's what I mean. But I was in my late 60s by then.
You conniving, home-wrecking Jezebel.
Yeah, I would have. If I'd been young, I would have done. I know that for a fact. But
all right, well, we just learned something about Chickpea. She is a home wrecker. We'll just call you home wrecker from now on. Forget Chickpea.
They weren't married; they were just living together.
We're just in an exclusive relationship together. That's all.
I'm no paragon of virtue. I don't profess to be. I was a mistress most of my life, and I was.
Wow.
I don't want kids. Noodles, I didn't want children. So as soon as a man said to me he wanted children, the relationship is over, because I don't want to get involved with a man who wants children.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Chickpea, cheer up, 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 chickpea. Cheer up, chickpea, 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 cheer up.
Grumpy Gut, stop taking the piss. backpedal, okay? I just talk to Noodles, you know. That's naughty of you. But I was just saying, I tell you, no, Noodles, when I was young, it was impossible to find a vegan man. So I dated men who did whatever. But as soon as I discovered he wanted children, that was it. So it was over. I didn't want
Well,
to even get
the trick, Chickpea, the trick is to give them a taste, and then when they want more, you have to say, you gotta go vegan.
No, because Noodles, the spark only lasts about 2 years, then the spark ends. And it does. I know
Right.
that from my own life
No,
experience.
I know you know what, that is true. That I feel like that's pretty average for a lot of relationships, right?
The spark dies. And then you have to have something in common. And most marriages have their children in common and their eating habits. So unless you get those two together, it's not going to work. It's not.
All right. No, that's fair enough.
Well, because you have to have something that keeps you together. And you have to have that, because if you haven't, there's nothing to hold it together. There isn't. It's all very, yes, if you...
Curious.
Yeah. So until you find a female who's a vegan and is interested in what you're interested in, don't marry her, because it won't last.
Well, I'm never getting married, but like I was saying, most of the women I meet that are interested in me, they start out saying, "Oh, I don't think I could do that," and then after like 1 or 2 dates, they are like, "Yeah, like actually, I want to try it," or "This is something that I would like to be able to do, and I'm gonna start trying to do this," or like I've experienced that so.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Oh shit! Look who's in the comments talking shit. Lindo is projecting over here.
But I tell you, Noodles, I'll give one bit of advice. Don't marry a female who wants children and who is not a hardened vegan. Don't do it, because it's not going to work. And I mean by hardened vegan, a vegan who's an ethical vegan. Someone who does it just to please a man might not last, actually. Just saying. And I did love my husband.
Lindo, have you ever even had sex before? I don't. You give off this energy of not ever having had a partner.
This is be virgin phobic, man. Come on.
No, it's not that I'm virgin phobic.
He's actually married.
Here's another one. Look, it's here.
Oh, well, that explains a lot. So he probably doesn't get laid that often anyway.
Oops, Daisy. Grumpy little girl. That is Daisy the Grump. Ah.
Damn, Lindo is really mad. He's really butthurt about me calling him out for being a non-vegan asshole.
Yeah.
Would you say that Lindo is a piece of shit?
Definitely, like one of the biggest.
What makes Lindo a piece of shit? We must know.
Because one, he can't take accountability for his actions. He doesn't give a shit about animals. He wants to exploit them and harm them for his taste pleasure. And he gets really butthurt about being called out for it. And then instead of taking accountability or actually trying to understand the argument, he just starts trying to be a bully and hurl insults and troll. And it's a pretty sad state of affairs for him.
Well, it kind of sounds like you just don't like anyone that eats meat, but I have nothing against trolls personally. I'm a troll king. I love trolls. Trolls make me laugh. They don't offend me. They make me laugh personally.
Okay, guys, we have someone else here. Damn He Vital. You're in the Fighting Gnosis show. Now, Damn He Vital, in the spirit of the show, I must ask you the question that is in the title. Damn He Vital, aka D Prophet. Are you a horrible piece of shit?
Yes.
You didn't even hesitate.
What I mean,
He couldn't wait to come on here and
I've had 41 years to think.
Sorry?
Look, he's the man in my life.
We lost you there, Vital.
Look at him. This is Dave.
I said that. Oh my God! Look at that little thing. I want to bite its head.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Okay, so Vital didn't delay in saying he was indeed a horrible piece of shit. He said he's had 41 years or so to think about this, and it's long enough for him to be sure that he is indeed a horrible piece of shit. Damn, He Vital, why are you a horrible piece of shit, and what does that actually mean in the grand scheme of things in relation to your life, your effect on other people's lives, your effect on life itself as a phenomenon? Go ahead.
I think that as a Christian, one of the fundamental cornerstones of your belief must be that you are a horrible piece of shit. You're born that way, and you need to be redeemed through your own deeds and through the love of God. All human beings are born with a blank slate, and I think that blank slate is evil. People think that little kids are born with, innocence in their heart and blah, 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 and they certainly are. But human beings come out of the mold with evil in their heart. We're all horrible pieces of shit. And we need to tame that in order to overcome our flesh. Right?
Well, I see Dark Light Delirium there, and he looks kind of amused at what you're saying for one reason or another. Would you like to share your merriment with us, Dark Light Delirium? What are you smiling at? What are you chuckling to yourself about in relation to what Vital has been saying?
So Vital, is God a perfect creator?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Most Christians say yes. Most Christians say God is a perfect creator.
Most Christians are fucking retards.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you there. But yeah, no, we're all entitled to our own opinion and perception. That's just the classic. We are all sinners. We are all imperfect kind of rhetoric that comes from Abrahamic theology. Well, to be fair, not all Abrahamic theology, because Judaism actually has a different perception than Christianity. So
yeah, you're allowed and encouraged to be a total piece of shit in Judaism as long as it's not toward another Jew.
Partially, yeah, partially. That's partially correct.
But yeah, I have the wherewithal to understand that when you're speaking of God, you are going beyond human perception and perfection in terms of what we understand it. That's what I think. Perfection is a human understanding. I think that God goes beyond these things. God steps outside the realm of our possibilities. But if you were to boil it down and say, is God a perfect being? Like, what's your yardstick for that?
Well, once again, that's just a word, and all words are symbols, and everyone has their own perception of what words mean. There are hard definitions for words, but people also have their own personal associations with what each word means. So if you're asking me personally, I can't speak for other people, but if you're asking me, what do I mean by a perfect God? I would call that unity. God is united, which goes into the Dark Light Decalogue. Unity is the number one fundamental trait of the one true creator. Consciousness is number two. There's 10 traits, but so I would say, if you boiled it down, what is perfection? That is anything that is. because God is perfect and God created everything, therefore everything is perfect. So if you see something that you could call, some people will say, oh, well, there's flaws, right? If something has a flaw, then by definition it cannot be perfect. But I would come behind that and say that flaw is actually part of the perfection. A flaw is just a sign that something could be better, something could be improved on, which is all part of the perfection for me personally.
I agree with you there, and that's why I'm hesitant to use the word, because a lot of time when people say, was God perfect? You're like, yeah, no, well, then why does a kid have cancer? That's not perfect. And they're looking at things through such a human lens, where things that are perfect and good are what benefits a human life, not necessarily what holistically makes the universe tick, right? So I agree with you that inherent in God's perfection is the like fallen state of this universe. Like it's supposed to be this way. We don't know why, but it is supposed to be this way.
Well, yeah, I actually have a theory as to the why, and once again, it is a theory. I do disagree with your assertion that we cannot know the mind of God, because I say that we are all a fractal extension of God, and um, we don't have to know the entirety of the mind of God to have an idea of the mind of God, because our mind is the mind of God. But so anywhere there is friction, okay, you could call bad things friction, and friction is there in order to slow things down and help regulate, because everything within existence is based on a limit. Followers of Abraham like to say that the one true creator is limitless, but I don't agree with that at all. Because if you look at everything within existence, everything is based on limit. Limit is not a liability. Limit is a limit is a benefit. The speed of light is a limit, and without the speed of light, there would not be the existence that we know. The table of elements, the atomic table of elements, is nothing but a chart of limitation, and that chart of limitation describes everything we see around us within all the atoms that compose of everything. So the friction is there to so the bad things are there to help show us how to make things better, essentially, to break it down simply.
And then also, I think it's very interesting that you're using the word friction, because while you're correct, friction slows things down. It also makes movement possible. If you were on a perfectly smooth lake where there was no friction between your feet and the ice, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere. You wouldn't be able to do anything. And so somehow that downward pressure, that friction drives the universe forward. Like the imperfection is what keeps things going on in a way. It's a kind of concept where the more words you use to describe it, the less and less it starts to make sense.
Well, that brings us to number 5 in the Dark Light Decalogue, which is paradox. Paradox is baked into the very foundation of all of creation. There is easily dismissible paradox, but there is also scientifically verified paradox. There is everything within the nothing. There is emptiness within that which is full. You know, like you look at a solid object, right? The table right here, and that seems to be full and solid, yet it is full of emptiness because atoms are 99% empty, but that 99% emptiness isn't actually truly empty either. That emptiness is full of something. So there are paradoxes baked into all things. And getting back to the friction, tyranny, right? Tyranny is a thing, but that tyranny is there to help provide a resistance, a friction, in order to make the freedom shine ever brighter.
Can I ask, for those of us who are uninitiated, what is the Dark Light Decalogue? Because to me, when you say that, I think of like a box set for a heavy metal band. What is the Dark Light Decalogue?
Well, I'm the Dark Light. I'm creating my own theology called Dark Lightism, and I'm a non-Abrahamic true monotheist generally, but that's just like more specifically, I'm creating my own theology. So the Dark Light Decalogue is, I was thinking about the most essential fundamental traits of existence. I'm writing a book on my theology. And so number 1 is unity. Number 2 is consciousness. Number 3 is dark. Number 4 is light. Number 5 is paradox. And all 5 of those, the first 5 are all physical, and those are all empirically, scientifically verified. The second 5 are the metaphysical fractal links to the first 5, and those are freedom, sovereignty, infinity, remembrance, and saturation. So unity has a direct link to freedom. Dark or consciousness has a direct link to sovereignty. Dark has a direct link to infinity. Light has a direct link to remembrance, and then paradox has a direct link to saturation. And yeah, I'm writing a book right now about it. That's my theology.
That's interesting. I would be much more interested in reading that book than the book that other guy was on here hawking that he wouldn't send me a free PDF of so I can debate him.
If you drop get me your email address and I can send you the raw notes I'm working on that are going towards my book. I got a bunch on it already. It goes way more in depth than that. That's just kind of surface level.
Very complicated. I just think that the whole universe, all of it, is just one big horrible. You know what I hate about life? It's all dog eat dog till the grim, bitter end. And that's all it is. And that's why I hate it so. And it's all to do with hierarchy, and you're born into slavery, and the animal kingdom's at it, and we're at it. It's just one big shit.
You were born into slavery?
Well, yes, of course I was born into slavery. I may be free to choose my masters, but I'm still a slave. I don't own any land. I do not own the means of production. I have to sell my labor in order to have food to eat, which means I'm a slave. I was free to choose what I was enslaved as, but I was still a slave. And we are. If you have to sell your time to a master in order to eat, you are a slave. It's sad, grim, brutal reality. And it is.
Yeah, I agree, Chick P. There are levels. There are meta levels of tyranny and freedom. There are meta levels of slavery and mastery. And we are actually born into that. Life feeds on life. That's one of the hard, cold, inescapable truths of life. Is life feeds on life. You know, if you are the thing being eaten in order for something else to live, that's going to be bad for you, but good for them.
Exactly. That's all life is. And I'm at the bottom. I'm just a working class female. I'm right at the bottom, and I know it. And I spent, well, you know, I haven't, just there I had to sell my labor in order to have somewhere to live. So I class that as serfdom, slavery. It is. Not very nice, but it is. And I see that's why I'd never have children, because why bring a child into slavedom? Why even do it? Then I've got rheumatoid. Can I tell you something? 30 years ago, I developed rheumatoid arthritis, which, you know, is quite nasty. It can be nasty. And I was thrown off the treadmill because no solicitor wants an art secretary with RA. So I was chucked off. You know, and I look back on it all, it was actually a blessing in disguise, because I don't have to work anymore. I live off the state. It's been a blessing in disguise. That's how bad things are. You know? It's insane. You know, I'm not complaining about, you know, yes, it's for all of us. I just happen to see through it more than most people do. And you do, obviously, because you've dropped out as well. What are you looking at? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You're muted.
I was checking out the guy that was just on dropped an email address for me to send him some stuff.
Oh. But most people don't see it, whereas I've always seen it. And I wish I could have done what you've done, escaped somewhere, but I'm a female and I haven't got it to do it all on my own. I'm not strong enough, basically. It's as simple as that.
Well, I've definitely sacrificed in order to, because when I was a kid, I was raised in ghettos, and all I wanted was to move out to the woods. That's literally all I wanted, to move out to the woods with my dogs. And so I've been roughing it for 10 years. You know, I've been living like a hobo on my own property, and things would be a lot better if I didn't have my dogs. Money wise, my house would be done. You know, I'd have more things, but those things will never love you. And my dogs
Exactly.
do nothing but love me.
Lovely. Yes. So, yeah. Of course.
Sometimes I need,
No, you stick with the dogs.
I used to be very suicidal, and it's not such a big deal anymore. But I used to need every single reason I could muster to live.
Yeah, I've got that all my life since I was a little girl. I started my, I've been on psychiatric drugs for 50 years. I have to be drugged in order to stand it. I've got SSRI problem. And I have to, I find it a very depressing place to live in the world. Unless you're very lucky. Sorry.
The world is you know, like you said, it is dog eat dog. It is life feeds on life.
Sure.
Everyone dies alone. There are very hard truths to life, and most people spend their whole life running away from those truths instead of accepting those truths and then moving on and integrating those truths.
Yeah, I've always seen it since I was a little girl. I've always seen it. It's always there. I remember my mother was pregnant when I was 7 years old, and I couldn't work out for the life of me why she was doing that. She didn't, why, but she did. And I've been like that ever since. Just don't understand, because I think personally we should go extinct. That's what I think.
I used to agree with you very much. I used to want either the sun to blow up or the moon to come crashing down. You know, I used to want every single, and not just humankind either. Every single form of life, I used to want to die, and I've changed my mind since then. But I used to be very, very dark. I used to want to die and want everything to die. But then I realized the value in living. You know, then I accepted the hard truths that I've mentioned. Once you accept those things, once you realize that everything is meaningless, you then come behind that and you realize, okay, well, there is actually meaning. It's the meaning that you ascribe to life is the meaning that there is in life. And once you realize that you create the meaning in your life, like I said, my last 10 years being alive have been the best years of my life.
Lucky
I've been
you.
living I probably would have killed myself by now otherwise, because if life's not getting better, then it's getting worse. And so, but we have the power to make our life better. Sure, we're going to age. Sure, we're going to atrophy. Sure, we're going to die. Sure, we're going to lose everything that we love. So those are some of the hard truths that a lot of people have a hard time grappling with. But once you realize that and accept that, you stop fighting it, and then you start searching for the moments to love. You know, you start realizing that you are the ascriber of meaning in your own life, and with that comes a lot of power. That comes the acknowledgement that you have the power to make your life better if you want. The only one making your life bad right now is you. You know, and you are the only one that can make your life better.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not moaning about my own life, actually, but I just don't like what I see around me. I'm a radical vegan. I'm quite heavy duty on it, and I just hate what we do. I hate it. And it's where, oh, look at him. Oh, what a sweetie. Oh. He's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love my doggies, man.
Yeah, I love my cats. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
When my mom died, she left me 5 dogs, and all these white ones you see around here are descendants of her favorite dog. And so people ask me why I have so many dogs, and really I'm keeping the bloodline going of the dogs that my mom left for me when she died.
Oh, wow, that's nice of you. Yeah.
I make sure, because I only have about 1 litter a year, you know, but I would rather give my dog away to a nice house than sell him to someone who I'm questionable about. Yeah. So I make sure that you know, my dogs go to good homes, and that the bloodline continues.
All right, and now mine have all been done. I'm very yeah, my cats have all been done. Yeah. But I just think this planet's a shit house, basically. I do, and no one will ever convince me any differently. No one ever.
The shit.
What?
We're circling back to the shit.
Yes, well, I think it's a shit house, yeah. But then you live in a better. Well, no, I don't live in a horrible area. I'm just, I just see it a certain way. I'm one of those Gnostic weirdos, and I believe in recycle and everything, and all those horrible thoughts. And I want to just dissolve into the black and end of it, all of it.
Don't worry, you will. We all return to the void. Don't worry. The void from which we came.
Yeah, I want to return. I want to sleep for eternity. The rest of eternity.
And you will see. Believe me, I'm right there with you. Like, I was so depressed and suicidal my whole life. I'm right there with you, dude. And don't worry, we will. We all die. We all die alone. We all return to the void. But while we're alive, we have the power to enjoy our life in whatever way we can, and whatever way we let ourselves. See, that's why the government, they need to manipulate us into lending our power to them, because the government is powerless without us.
Yes, I know.
The systems and establishments offered to us by the government are completely powerless without we, the people, lending our power to them.
Yes, I've always seen that. Yeah, and people love their masters, don't they? They love them.
Well, see, that's the thing, is we have to be tricked into thinking that we're not our own masters. That's what's going on. That's the number one activity that the government is involved in, is manipulating. I call us co-creators, manipulating co-creators into relinquishing our divine sovereignty. And our divine sovereignty is our inseparable connection to the actual one true creator. So they need their systems to be empowered by us. So they must necessarily, one way or another, manipulate us into empowering their systems.
Yeah, I see all that. I don't, I've always seen it, but I don't know, I'm, just a little female. I've got no power. The best thing I could know, I've just walked away. But I live off their money still.
Well, that's not their money. See, that's our money. That's we the
true,
people.
yes, I live the money of the people. Yes, that's very true.
Money is because they manipulate us into relinquishing our money. That's the only reason they have money. Then they like to turn around and act like it's their money. We are giving you this. No, motherfucker, you stole that and extorted that from millions of people.
I know. Yes, you're right. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what to make of it all anymore. I just don't. I just hide away with my 7 cats, and I do. And my books, just hide away. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Cats are my favorite life force. I
hear you. I isolated myself deep in the Ozark Mountains, way in the woods, away from people.
Oh, you live near Dane Wigginton, don't you? Because he lives near the Ozark Mountains.
Oh, okay. Who is it?
Dane Wigginton. He does the stuff about the chemtrails.
Okay, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, he lives near the Ozark. He talks about the Ozark Mountains. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful, man.
Yes, I know. He talks about them.
We're right here in the middle of the country, and we are nowhere near a coastline, an ocean, but yet we have so much water here. There's lakes, streams out the ass. There's springs everywhere. There's so much water out here. It's actually the jewel of America. It really is.
Yeah, he talks about it. The lucky thing, I live in the middle of London.
Right? I couldn't handle that.
It's horrible. There's no, unfortunately I got sucked in, and once you get sucked in, there's no escape anymore. You can't get out.
So from your perspective, I'm really interested. How much and in what ways has London changed since you've been there?
Oh my God, it's gone. When I first came to live in London back in the late 70s, it was such a safe city. It was lovely, lovely and safe. And as a female, I could go to the park, sunbathe, and nobody would come near me. Now, I'm in my late 60s. Well, I'm 70 now, but in my late 60s, if I go to the park, a man actually came in. It's so bad here now as a female. A man came. I went for sunbathe in the park. This man came and lay right next to me. Complete stranger. Another time I was on the bus in the pensioner seat. A man came and sat next to me, started playing with himself. I'm a pensioner. Okay, this is happening too. I dread things that happens to young women. I barely go out anymore. But I know it is happening, and it's become such an unsafe city, central London. It's very, I live in the central part. It's become, it's not safe anymore for females. And I wouldn't advise anybody to be talking to their phone, because men on bikes literally come and snatch the phone out of your hand as you're walking down the pavement.
Whoa.
It's a real horror story, London. It's gone downhill terribly.
How much of that would you attribute to immigrants, or how much of that is
It's
native?
not indigenous. It's not indigenous. It's not. And I'm not racist. I like diversity, but it's not indigenous.
Well, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I would like your first-hand perspective, because I hear a lot of stuff on the news, but it's really good to talk to someone that's actually living there.
Yeah, it's not the indigenous guys. Lovely Englishmen are gorgeous. I really like Englishmen. That's why I live in this country. I come from Holland. I'm not English. Yeah, I don't know what's it's been this influx of all sorts, and it's gone to pot. It has gone totally to pot.
Well, see, the role of a man is to say no and establish boundaries in order to cultivate a very specific environment that they wish to cultivate. And the role of man has been greatly under assault by the state. That they want us to forget that we have the power to say no and set boundaries. That way that they can totally destroy our boundaries and create a totally different atmosphere, which is an atmosphere that they want, which they are using their power as men to say no to us in very manipulative ways to make us forget that we have the power to say no as a common person.
Yeah, don't tell me about it. I see it all the time here. Yeah, I don't know what to say on the subject because, well, I'm a little Bible freak, and it does say in the Bible that the West is going to be invaded by an army of 200 million, and it's happening. It says it. And I believe it. I'm a little revelation freak, like I said. And it does say it. So I don't know what to make of it anymore. I
believe that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's because I believe there is an elite class of people who are intentionally manipulating the world to create it in a form that they wish, with complete disregard for what the common people want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, that's quite true. I suspect they are. It's probably some sort of crazy circle we're going around in. Yeah. It's if weird. It's very, very strange. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh, the sweetie. Oh, hello. Hey. They must be very expensive to look after. All those 17 dogs.
Yeah, it's a house payment. That's why my house isn't done yet. Yeah, it's a house payment. So I go through a 50-pound bag every 2 days.
Yeah, I spend a fortune on cat food. Absolute fortune. Yeah. Not as much as you, obviously, but still quite expensive. Well, yeah. But dogs eat quite a lot, don't they?
Yeah. So thank you very much for having me on, Captain Gnosis Finder. I really appreciate it. I've probably contributed all that I can to this particular topic. If anyone wants to get a hold of me, Dane Darklight on Facebook. My YouTube channel has been shut down for about 3 months now because I say stuff that YouTube doesn't like, so they shut my channel down. But if anyone wants to reach out, I'm Dane Darklight on Facebook, or it is dark.light.ascending on Gmail if you want to email me. I appreciate it, guys.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been lovely talking to you. And give a kiss to the dogs for me, all of them.
Absolutely. Very nice to meet you, sweet Chickpea. I was about to call you Sweet Pea. Chickpea, very nice to meet you. You were cracking me up in the audience, so I just had to come on here and say hi to you.
It's been lovely talking to you. Come on again, yeah? I'm always here.
All right, you have a great one.
DW, you know what he calls me? His sofa, because I'm always typical English slang. He uses all this English slang on me. He does.
Guys, I'm gonna make a cup of tea now because someone has made me a banana and what cake? Banana rice cake, rice flour and oats. Yeah,
That's his little
delicious
servant.
with a cup of, I'd say, chai masala tea. soya milk. And in the meantime, Raz, you're here. And I want to ask you the pertinent question off the show. Are you a horrible piece of shit? And how does that affect matters in relation to your life, existence, and perhaps how you think about the world and what you feel needs to be done? Go ahead, Russ. Are you a horrible piece of shit? I'll be right back. And by the way, thank you to Dark. I'm sorry, brother. You did great. Did he say goodbye there? I'm sorry, because I was being my attention was elsewhere for a moment.
Yes,
I'm sorry. He did a great job tonight. He did a great job. Thank you very much, Dark Delirium. Ross, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say hello, guys. To answer your question directly, yes, I am a horrible piece of shit. I think anybody who fucking says they're not is a lying, disingenuous, not hyper-narcissistic cunt. To exist in this world, you cannot be a saint. You cannot be somebody who's hasn't been soiled by life. Existing in this world entails that, unfortunately, it will leave its mark on you. So everybody's a horrible piece of shit in their own way, including myself. So yeah.
Lovely to see you, Ra.
Lovely to see.
Naughty D&W. He's going to leave us here now on our own.
Yeah, I think. Well, to anyone who's listening, apart from YouTube B, it's like Harvey Dent said in the Dark Knight movie. You either die a villain, you either die a hero, or live long enough to see yourself to become a villain. And that's what I feel about this question. The longer you live, yeah. No, go ahead.
Yes, a shit tip. I've always hated it here. I hate the place. I have to be drugged in order to... I know I've been drugged all my life. I have to be in order to stand it. Can't bear it.
Yeah, I mean...
You as well.
Yeah, as much as I try not to be, everybody has that side to them. Because unfortunately, like Friedrich Nietzsche said,
yes,
be careful when you fight with monsters, lest you become one yourself. But unfortunately, sometimes in order to be a monster, you have to become a monster. It's just a paradox. So, in order to in this case, to apply to this context, in order to deal with horrible pieces of shit, sometimes you have to become a horrible piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just...
Don't tell me about it. I know. Yeah. I've done some horrible things in my time. I was telling D&W many years ago when I was young, I worked as a waitress for a while. And did you hear what I did? Obviously not. And I used to have I was working as a waitress. You know, people can be so ill-mannered to waitresses and treat you like that's just shit. They can be. Yeah. So I used to have a bottle of wee-wees.
Oh,
and I used
no.
to have to wee-wees on the food.
You know what?
What?
I actually heard there was a rumor spread, I won't say the area, but about a particular McDonald's that apparently a guy was like putting his semen in the mayonnaise or something.
I came across a guy who used to rub the steaks and joints and everything around his willy. This was a place I was working in.
Fuck, you know, man, there's some real... that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, you have to be a cynic in this life, man, because you truly can't trust anyone to have really good intentions, man. It's very difficult.
But restaurant work is shit. It's a horrible way to make a living. And I tell you, it's very stressful when you get treated like shit. It's bad enough having a bad boss. You've also got the customers doing it. I can take it from the boss, but not from a customer. That really pisses me off. And I used to... willies, and I used to also sometimes spit on food. And one time I actually deliberately spilt a load of stuff on this officer's legs, a load of food, blah, 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 because they were so ill-mannered. And I didn't do it for long, this work. They're just, I was only 17, 18 years old. But really, people are so ill-mannered.
What's it called? You was in the Navy, isn't it, GP?
Yeah, I was in the Wrens, But before I joined the Wrens, I worked for the British Army for a very, very short time before I was waiting to join up, basically. So my stepfather was in the army, I joined the Navy because I had nowhere else to go because he wanted me out. And so I was
Oh,
working
nice.
on this base in the officer's mess, and I hated it. And this is where I learned to do the horrible things I learned to do.
Yeah, I'm in the reserves. I'm currently infantry in the reserves.
Oh, right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've always been into sort of like fitness. I've liked guns. I like
Well, I like
fieldcraft,
guns. Yeah, I
and I
like
like
guns.
tapping. So yeah, that's why I signed up to the reserves. So yeah, I'm in armed forces. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't do it full time because the pay is really shit. And from what I've seen of the British, yeah, go ahead.
You know what? Back in the 70s, we were the best paid females in the UK, literally, as service girls. Used to be really well paid years and years ago, the armed forces. And it was.
Yeah, back then it wasn't the reserves, it was the TA, innit? Territorial
Yes,
Army.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But the army,
yes.
the Navy was, quite well paid. I mean, it was well paid, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really in it for the money. I mean, my finance is pretty decent. I mean, I'm in a decent situation, but it's just my passion. Plus, I'm able to fucking get off work and go 2 weeks on like a little training exercise. And, I get to see different countries, and yeah, fuck it. If it comes to it with war, then it is what it is. That's what I signed up for. But I do enjoy it. That's the thing. But the thing is, when you tell people that, they think that you're a psychopath, and so you know you want to kill people and all this other shit, and like they just don't understand. That's a problem. Yeah.
People are mental nowadays. I never heard that sort of rubbish when I was young. When I was in the ranks, no one ever said to me, "You want to go out killing people on your." Never heard that sort of junk ever.
But Chickpea, you know, the people these days, they hate the country, man. You know, this new generation. There's a lot of fucked up people now. Like, I can only imagine in your time, people had some national pride. You know what I mean? Like,
we
now
did.
everybody like hates their own country, and everybody's like fucking this. I mean, to a certain degree, I don't blame them, because the way the government's running this country into the ground is fucking. It's a fucking disgrace.
But
at the same time, this new generation, I don't understand them, man. This Gen Z lot, and like like, because you see, when I grew up, right, we had respect for our elders. Like, doesn't matter even if you was the black sheep in the family and you did X, Y, and Z, we were still taught that you respect your fucking elders. You know what I mean? You don't. And these little shits nowadays, fucking even the best among us, they have a nerve to kind of talk back, or they think they know more, and it's just a fucking really dystopian time we live in, man. We're broken as a society, man.
It's
and
really
I think I overheard you talking about the crime in London or something. Yeah, that's another fucking
terrible, terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what, Ra? When I first lived in London, I was very, very young, back in the 70s. I used to go to the park, and as a female, you could go and lay in
How old are you?
Any park in London, and literally where the
You're in the 70s?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How old are you?
I'm 72 nearly. But
Holy fuck!
I used to go sunbathing in Regent's Park and places. And when
you're 72 years old and you're trying to tell people how to fucking act?
Beg your pardon? I'm not telling anyone how to act. I haven't told anyone how to act.
Aldi, what are you on about? Aldi, the question is,
just
Aldi.
Trying to understand.
Aldi has just come on here. But by the way, Aldi, there's no better person than a person who is 70-something years of age and still compos mentis to give us pearls of wisdom.
Fine. If you're into older women,
if they're gonna give you pearls of wisdom,
D&W, if you're into older women,
sharpen up, boy. Sharpen up.
Yep. We're not having a romantic relationship.
Aldi, the question of the show is, are you a horrible piece of shit? And I'm going to ask you that now, Aldi. Are you
I'm a dirty
horrible
nigga.
piece of shit?
I'm a dirty dog.
Okay, why is that? Why is that?
But listen, let me answer the question, bro. Why are you being weird? Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not 72 years old, and I'm not going to listen to a 72-year-old woman try to tell people about how shit works when the bitch was probably type it on a fucking typewriter, and she never had a motherfucking phone or a smartphone. At the end of the day, social media is taking over right now.
What a nutcase.
Social media is taking.
Fuck up, you fucking insult loser, man. Have some fucking respect for the elders.
Have some respect for the elderly.
You are a fucking prime example of why this society has gone to shit in the West. Look at the fucking entitlement of this little cunt sitting.
So
What is she
society is going to shit in the West, but in England and everywhere that you guys are at, there's a bunch of you know who's stabbing and killing and raping all of your fucking children, and you guys are more mad at somebody in the fucking panel? Are you kidding me?
Concentrate on the panel. Aldi. Did you ever ask yourself the question why the world is so topsy-turvy? Has it got anything to do with the amount of wars that your country has been starting around the world? Causing trouble everywhere, causing trouble all over the shop, and then Europe has to deal with the victims of that. So don't tell us that we're doing things wrong when you're the one causing all the fucking problems, you Yankee bastard.
Are you gonna let me answer the question, or are you gonna tell me to be quiet?
Europe won't actually step up and help America police the shit that needs to be policed. But Ross, I wanted to point out something you were saying, like about how people hate their country or whatever. Don't you find it interesting that the same people that talk shit about their country are the ones that are saying, oh, we should let in all these people because they want a better life?
Yes, it's mostly
that's England. That's England, not the United States. That's England.
What are you talking about? You're fucking compromised as well. The United States, you have all these Chinese and Mexicans, not to be racist, but they're literally walking through. I've seen the fucking documentaries. What are you talking about?
But anyway, I'm not saying that that people shouldn't be let in necessarily. I'm just saying that I find it funny how, like, you know, the commies are all like, oh, the capitalist West is so evil and fucked up. They hate this country. Let's move somewhere else. But we need to let in all these immigrants because they need a better life. Oh, really? So you're saying that the country is actually a pretty good place to be, and that's why we should let these people in? That's interesting. Seems to contradict your feelings about, you know what I'm talking about, Ross, right?
I hear what you're saying, but is it not the case? Is it not the case? We have lived in a world where I don't know. I'm not pro-communist, but I'm just putting this out there that a real communist country has never had a fair start in being able to be a communist country because perhaps I'm just putting this out there. Perhaps some other countries never wanted that to happen.
Well,
what about North Korea? What about North Korea?
Yeah, but look at history, though. They all failed miserably, the communist states, like Cambodia, Soviet Union, like they all fucking...
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about any form of government. Oh, you know, fascism, it just never got a fair start.
I'm not a communist anyway. I was just putting that out there. That I would say
you're a Democrat. You're about to say you're
I'm a socialist. I'm a democratic socialist. Yeah,
but you're not from the United States.
Socialism's destroyed our country. DNW. Fucking
what the fuck? Like this guy doesn't know what he is. Like, bro,
you guys are from.
You guys are from England, not from fucking America. Remember, you guys are not from America. Why are you guys care so much about America?
I'm talking about England, my friend.
Socialism. It's what it is. It's the egalitarian thing.
There's people getting stabbed, and there's children.
The egalitarian thing.
But you guys don't care about the children and the women getting stabbed and raped in England. You guys care more about... Yes. Let me just finish. I'm almost done. You guys care more about what's going on in the United States. You guys are pussies.
Okay, so let me respond to him. Please, nobody interrupt me. So, Audi, going back to my first point, I said... Like, look, I don't agree with everything Chickpea says, but have some fucking decorum, man. She's an elderly woman. And it's this type of behavior. It's this type of fucking behavior that
She's gonna
is
die
literally-
next year. She's gonna die next year. Who
I'll
cares?
be outliving you, bastard. You wait and see.
Okay. Like, it's this type of behavior, guys, yeah, why our society is so fucking broken. And I'm talking to everybody in the Western Hemisphere of the world, yeah, so that applies to all of us in this fucking chat. It's this type of fucking behavior why our moral fabric
You're not
of
part of the Western Hemisphere. You're in England.
Oi, fatso. I bet I am
England,
you.
John Khan, it's in Western Europe. Jesus Christ.
Like the internet has proliferated this sort of troll mentality, right? So like it used to be before the internet, these people
Bro, this 70-year-old bitch wants dick. That's all it is.
All right, can we kick him, please?
D&W.
I'm gonna allow you to insult him one more time.
People would not have a platform, and basically they'd be stuck in a dungeon playing video games or whatever, and never seeing the light of day or communicating with other people. But now they have the internet, which has allowed them, and it's kind of rewarded their bad behavior, because bad behavior gets more clicks and more views and more attention than people that are having reasonable discussions. So I think that's one of the issues. And also, Ross, I don't think that it's socialism that hurt the country. I think that it's just the overly egalitarian mindset and this total fear of being considered racist if you put a cap on immigration, or if you actually come down hard on certain crimes. It's not socialism per se, because there is really good forms of socialism, like socialized healthcare is a very important
social
thing.
democracy is I'm a social democrat is what I mean.
So socialized healthcare is a very important thing that can improve a nation in such a big way.
There you go. On screen there, Noodles. Social democracy works within capitalism. It uses a regulated market economy plus a strong welfare state, universal healthcare, free education, high taxes on the wealthy to reduce inequality while keeping private ownership of most businesses. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
that's
that.
great.
Well, no, that's... Well,
like
yeah,
that.
but that's socialism on paper. But if you look in
No, it's
our
not. You
country,
can go more
England,
socialist than that. You can go more socialist than that. You can say that
D&W, if you look at the welfare state and if you look at our national budget, yeah, we spend fuck tons more on welfare than we do on our military, and that's fucking ridiculous. I don't agree with that.
I know.
Be like
Good
that.
luck to objective ethics. Yeah, but you see, the problem is, I don't think it's been done fairly. We allow too many loopholes. We allow the ultra wealthy to get away with too much. And if we didn't, we would have enough money to fund the military, to fund the healthcare system. Because the truth is, we haven't got a fair system of taxation in this country. We haven't got a fair system at all. I would say work in general has gone down the pan in terms of how people are protected. And yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Cost of living. I mean, how the fuck can people go to work and not afford to live a basic life? That's crazy.
It's going to get worse, Grumps. Apparently, they're going to start attacking the pensioners.
But do you agree with me, Chickpea? I mean, how can you actually have a 40-hour job and still not be able to afford to live?
I've got no idea, but I don't be funny. It wasn't that much better in the 70s, because I can remember having to work at a full-time day job as a secretary. So, I mean, and then working in a bar at night because my rent was over 1/3.
That was in the 70s.
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go again.
That was in the 70s.
Yes, I'm just saying things were the same in the 70s as they are now.
Listen, Dean, you're saying like people should have like freedom to talk and stuff in the UK. But look at you. Look what you're doing. You're over here silencing me. You're mad because I'm talking truth. Like at the end of the day, bro, you're just like the UK government. You're just like the UK government. You don't let people talk. You don't let people flow. Shut up. You're 70 years old.
Fuck off, you little
You're not going to be around. You're not going to be around anytime soon. Shut up. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is DNW, you're just like the UK government.
You're off your rocker, young
you
man.
would put somebody under arrest for them
You're off
speaking
your
their
rocker.
minds.
You're off your rocker.
Okay, bro, I'm off my rocker, but I'm speaking the truth.
Yeah, you want to.
You're mad at the United States because we could really do this shit. You
can't
could
do
get
stuff
arrested.
all
You
you
could get
silly man.
arrested
What
for this
could
shit that I'm
you
talking
do?
about.
What could
You're
you do?
70 years old. What do you
You
have left?
fat lump. Okay, you're a stupid.
Oh, you're
fat,
70. You're
unfit
wrinkly. You're
lump.
wrinkly, and you smell like shit.
No, she
Really?
doesn't. She smells perfectly floral.
How
What are
do you
talking
know?
about?
You fuck a
I've met her.
70-year-old girl?
I tell you, bastard, I'm
Excuse
better
me.
shape than
Excuse
you
me.
are, and I am.
Excuse me. Excuse me, Aldi.
You would fuck a 70-year-old chick?
We do not
Chickpea
have
wouldn't
sex.
have me. She's got standards. What are you talking about? How dare you say Chickpea
All
doesn't
I'm
have standards?
saying is,
How dare you insinuate Chickpea doesn't have standards?
All right, bro,
How
you could
dare
be a
you?
simp. You could simp. I don't care. Kick me out. Kick me out.
And who
UK
had sex
government.
with you, Buster?
This is why the UK
When was the last
will
Aldi?
never.
When was the
This
last
is why the
Aldi?
UK will never ever rise. This is why the UK will never rise.
Aldi, when was the last
DNW,
time
you
you
can
had
protect.
sex as
This
a matter of
guy,
interest?
yeah, this guy, you don't let people talk.
Shut
Also,
up, you-
this guy won't shut the fuck up.
fuck
Shut
up.
your
Shut
fucking,
your bitch ass.
shut your fucking
You
mouth, you
being a
little cunt. Fuck off.
Bro, he does not know how to wait his turn, this guy, does he?
What an abysmal human being that man is.
He's a troll. Basically,
What
no,
a
he's a troll.
horrible
That's what he is.
piece of
He's a
shit.
troll.
Nice.
We had the personification of a horrible piece of shit on the show. I mean, it was to be expected. It was the title of the show. Aldi came on here representing those who are most definitely horrible pieces of shit. He did what it says on the tin. We were looking for horrible pieces of shit, and he showed us that yes, indeed, they walk amongst us. For sure. For sure. And this man here is one. Aldi, you are a horrible piece of shit.
Hello, fatso, because you are a ugly fatso. You are fatso,
I'm
fatso,
31 years old. You're 70. I'm not worried
So?
about it.
So, if I was
bet
as
you
fat
you
as
weigh
you
more
when
than
I
me.
was
I
your
bet you-
age, I would have killed myself.
I bet you weigh more. Tell your boyfriend to me. Tell your boy I'm muting me. Your boyfriend's muting. Your boyfriend's muting.
Cry, you bitch.
Your boyfriend.
Oh,
boyfriend.
what a fucking clown.
Are you psychotic or something?
Is there a circus missing a clown? Because we've got one right here in the Fighting Gnosis show. His
no
name's
clown
Audi
for what?
1K. Audi 1K.
Talk about.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
He's ugly, isn't he?
Audi, 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 Audi.
Young man,
Seriously,
that
brother,
ugly already.
I've heard of delayed development, but I mean, you're like a delayed 5-year-old. I mean, seriously, have
He's
you
only
never sat in
30.
a room and self-soothed? Have you never been able to gather yourself and be in control of your emotions and not be a complete mess, a complete emotional wreck, unable to act normally towards other people? Do you always have to be so histrionic, so demanding of attention when you have nothing to offer, Audi? Nothing to offer. You're a waste of space, and by God, you take up a lot of it. But Audi, you have potential. You have potential.
No, he
You have
doesn't.
potential.
He doesn't
Audi, he
already.
does have potential. He's a clever man, but he's just
Oh,
misusing.
clever. Oh, dear.
We know. Look, he's clever in his own specific way, and that is he's clever at garnering attention for his narcissistic personality. Okay, that's what he's clever at, and I'm suggesting he may be able to. He just might be able to create neural pathways that actually do something useful for once. Because he's not a bad bloke, other than being an abysmal, horrible piece of shit. He's not a bad bloke other than that. You know, he's still got his hair's okay if he could just style it a bit, perhaps. You know, you've got some things going for you, Audi. His teeth, look, his teeth are all right.
I should hope so.
Your teeth are all right. Yeah,
Don't
what's
be
this
dirty,
1K
don't be
business?
dirty.
What's this
Grumpy.
1K about? Tell us what this 1K is about, Aldi. Why have you got 1K tattooed to your fucking the back of your
That's
hand?
his weight.
Why are you simping over a 75-year-old
I
bitch?
want to know why you've got 1K
Why are
tattooed
you
to the back of your
simping
hand.
over a 75-year-old bitch?
Look how this guy
Why do you
talks.
have
Why are
1K?
you
There's no
simping
point.
over a
There's no point.
75-year-old bitch?
Look how he talks, man.
Why are
He's
you
got no
simping
respect, man.
over a
I mean,
75-year-old bitch?
I don't.
There's no.
Why are you
Don't.
crying
There's no
about the
point talking to
United
him.
States? You don't even.
I really hope when you're an old man, some young cunt comes up and kicks your fucking head off.
Don't worry,
You
I'm
deserve
not
it.
bothered about it. He's a stupid little man. I don't even feel
Yeah, no,
insulted.
really.
I'm not-
You know
don't
what?
worry.
Hopefully. Look, I'm putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there, Aldi. I'm wishing it upon you when you get to be in your 70s, if you live that long. I hope that some young punk with a stupid haircut comes up and kicks you in the head.
Dear
Because you'll
Grump,
deserve it.
don't worry about it. I'm not even hurt. Honestly, I'm not even hurt. He's too ugly to hurt me. He's
But
just
guys,
too
isn't it ironic, guys?
all he
That,
look, he smells.
isn't it ironic? Yeah.
Yo, listen to your bitch, bro. She doesn't want me to get kicked. Listen to your bitch, nigga. Listen
Isn't
to
it
your bitch.
ironic? Isn't it ironic
Russ.
that what I
Listen
was
to your-
talking about literally manifested right in the
Listen
chat?
to
Isn't
your
that ironic?
bitch.
It is ironic. It's like you summoned
Listen
a
to your
demon here.
bitch.
You summoned a demon here, Russ.
Listen to your.
He literally is. He's been sent from
Listen
hell.
to
He's
your
one of
bitch.
Satan's
Listen
right-hand
to her.
arse
Listen
bandits.
to your old.
Satan's very own arse bandit has come here to torment us.
Nigga. Listen
You
to
are a little
Listen
pathetic
to
little
your.
scrotum.
You love me. You love. Nigga.
Didn't you even
Bitch
consider
ass
brushing
nigga.
your hair before you came on the camera? Why are you showing us? Why are you farting and then smelling them live on air? You weird man.
Listen to your old bitch, nigga.
Anyway, what does 1K stand for? Is it the 1
Listen
kilo
to
that went
your
that
old
went that
bitch.
you? Does it stand for the 1 kilogram that was too much and you haven't looked back since because you've put on many more since? What does 1K stand for? Yeah. Right, you're
Well,
muted.
why are you
You're
doing
muted. In
this?
case you didn't know, you are muted. And Aldi, you have potential. Don't think you have to
No,
be
he
this
has no
clown.
potential.
You don't have
Stop
to
it,
be
Grump.
this
He has
dramatic
no-
consequence of your neuroticism. You can be sane. We can
Grump,
work
stop
with you
it.
here on the Fighting Gnosis show.
Grump,
We
stop
can
it.
help you. But by the way, this isn't a professional service. Don't take anything I say seriously. And if you do need mental health assistance, please go to your local hospital and seek a professional. Okay,
Yeah.
are you quite finished now, kiddo? Are you finished? Yeah. Good man.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
You've got a few scratches on your face. What's wrong? Have you been messing? Have you been finding it difficult to use your knife and fork again? Okay, bye. Right.
God, he's ugly.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, Aldi. Look, we know Aldi is a joker. We know he is. Aldi, nothing personal. For some reason, this is what you do. I don't know why. I don't know why. It gets you off. It's what you're
He's
about.
boring.
Well, I think he's half cut half the time. I think he's had a 1-2
No, I
nanny,
think
you know?
he's a fat bore.
Oh,
Fat and boring.
don't
Yeah,
body shame,
DMW,
Chippy.
he's very disrespectful. So you should just, as soon as he starts, you should just kick him off because.
God, don't worry about it.
All right, Aldi, I'm afraid you have been voted off by popular vote. Aldi, you have been voted off by popular vote.
I win, you lose.
are-
I win, you lose. Simp over your 75-year-old bitch, man. Maybe you guys could double team her, DP her.
Who
guys
raised you,
could
bro? You
probably,
talk like that.
get the fucker. You guys are gonna
Seriously,
get the fucker.
you're a disgrace.
You guys are gonna be able to fuck that
You're a
75.
disgrace. You're a disgrace to yourself. You're a disgrace. You know what?
Kick me
You're an
out.
arse on the. You're a boil on the arse of humanity. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're less than nothing. You're a bag of farts. And I will pop you. No, I won't, because you stink. Actually, I'm just going to kick
You
you
know
off the
what?
show. I'm just going
You
to kick
can't
you off the
even
show.
hurt my
Fuck off.
feelings. That's
There
how
you go.
bad
He's gone.
it is.
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. What was that about?
He's a troll, DW. I told you.
I know.
Like
I
he
know.
literally, that's what he loves to do. He just comes on and he just talks rubbish. He's not really like here for the Discord.
It's a sad little thing, actually, for a bloke of 30 to be sitting there all on his own, a great big fat lump. It's actually quite sad, in my
But you
opinion.
know what? He's literally what I was talking about earlier. Literally, the guy just manifested. I was saying like this new generation, they don't have any respect. And then this guy literally just came on with all that madness. So,
Oh.
there you go.
Don't worry, he didn't hurt my feelings because he's too ugly to hurt my feelings. Good Lord. Oh my gosh.
Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about
Actually,
horrible pieces of shit.
Ra, do you play? Because when I was in the Navy,
I'm going to make a cup of tea and let you two natter. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
when I was in the Wrens, we used to play war games. And you know those naughty sailors? What they used to do to us Wrens was tie us all up like little S&M victims. They used to in these war games they used to play. It's fun though.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Loads of stuff happening. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to tie us up like little S&M victims. They did. Because it was the girls' job to be the war victims. The men were woof, woof. Us Wrens, we were just war victims. It was fun, actually. I did enjoy it. I loved the Navy, but I didn't get on very well with the female officers. In the end, I had to leave.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you have to deal with the authority in it, and
yeah. I couldn't handle it.
sometimes certain officers and that they can take a liking to you in it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, that's the wrong type of liking where they just start.
Yes, don't tell me about it. Happened to me. Though you tend to find that women like that. Yeah, lots of them were lesbians. Now I'm very straight, but you know, it could get. And in the end, my hair started falling out, so I had to leave. But I was under so much stress because of it. But I love the Navy, and I love the minesweepers and the frigates and everything. Loved them. I did.
Yeah, did you get to travel a lot?
What with the Navy? No, I only went to Scotland and Portsmouth. I spent 18 months up in Rosyth Dockyard, which was fun. It was fun.
Okay.
But I've travelled a lot with the army. I went to Middle East and all over the place. My stepfather was a soldier.
Oh, nice.
We lived in Yemen and Bahrain and Germany and Ireland and went all over the place. Yeah. It was nice. Well, you know, you're travelling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally just buying some late night shopping. D&W, don't ask me from where because he's gonna dox me, this guy.
That would annoy you. You're shopping.
Yeah, so I'm just picking up some stuff.
So where do you live, Ra? Do you live in London?
Oh no, yeah, I'm about to, yeah. I'm not saying where exactly because you know don't want to get doxed and all that. So, yeah.
Yes, I know. Don't tell. I have made that mistake on here, unfortunately. Yeah. But I'm not English. I come from Holland originally, but I live in London.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying that you was Greek or something ethnically.
No, I'm Dutch.
Oh, Dutch. Okay. No.
Yeah, but I got sucked into the city, and I've been here since.
Yeah, that's what happens once you get into the city. It doesn't let you go, innit?
Let you go.
You get trapped. Yeah, you get trapped with all the bills and.
Yeah. Completely sucked in, and yeah, that's it. But it's not too bad, you know. I've got I've got a nice ground floor flat, plenty of room for my cats. Everything's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I like London. I do like London for some obscure reason. But I tell you something, when I first came to live in London, right, this was back in 1979. In those days, as a female, I could, because I'm a sun worshipper, I used to go to the park, no matter where in London I was at, and I could sunbathe in the tiniest, tiny little triangle bikinis, and nobody paid the blindest bit of notice of me. Whereas now, if I go in the park, I get pestered by men, not indigenous men, but these weirdos that are living here now. Ra? Oh, Ra's gone. Gramps, I'm all on my own here. Grumpy, I am
Yeah,
alone.
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I had some issues there with the connection. Yeah.
All right.
I'm just grabbing my stuff and leaving now. So it shouldn't be
What,
too
in
long.
Tesco? Are you in Tesco?
No, I'm not gonna say. Like I said, I don't want to dox myself.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Especially when D&W is getting closer and closer with his guesses. So,
So you don't get your shopping delivered then? I get mine delivered. Everything's delivered.
No, I can understand. Yeah, why you do that. But no, I like to come in. And,
well, I've got 7 cats to get food for, and cat litter for. So you know, there's a lot of stuff.
yeah. Do you drive or?
No. I don't have a car, so yeah. So yeah, I'd get everything delivered. Bad though, really, because I tend to shop because the little man just drops.
Yeah, no. So if you don't have a car, yeah, you're gonna have to get it delivered, man, because that's too much hassle, isn't it?
So, yeah, well, it's weight, you know, cat litter's heavy and cat food's heavy.
But do you know what? These days, yeah, I think I'm more of an introvert. So, like, if I don't even like to go into the stores no more, you know, because the customer service is so shit.
Yes.
It's put me off, like, literally. Yeah, it's that bad.
Yeah, I've noticed people have changed a lot over the years. I've really noticed it with people.
Yeah, there's no more, like, standards or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all gone. I don't know what's happened. You know, like London used to be quite a nice, vibey place. And as a female, if you're feeling lonely, you could quite feasibly go into a wine bar on your own. You're perfectly safe. I wouldn't do that now, even as an old lady.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't do it now.
Yeah, no. It's different now. A lot of stuff is shitty. Yeah.
It's all changed. It used to be such a serene city. It's such a nice city for females, and it was. It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier to Noodles about the situation in it. How like this generation is completely different, and you have this idiot as well. Obviously, come on here, and he just proved my point. Literally, I didn't. Like it only makes you think. Yeah, imagine like if he talks like that, then who? Because you know that type of behavior, yeah, that's not from him. That just shows me what his parents or somebody was like.
Yes.
Because like, if he talks to you like that, Chickpea, imagine how he talks to his own grandmother.
I dread to
like,
see.
So, yeah, it's crazy. That's where it comes from. He probably speaks to his parents and his grandmother like that.
Yeah.
And so when he doesn't have any fucking decorum or any respect for his elders, so he's from the. Even though this guy actually fucking hell, like, this world is, again, it just proves how fucked this world really is, man. Like,
I wonder what it's like in the workplace because he's got very bad people skills. God, they're terrible. Yeah, I don't think he works. He's a nasty piece, and look how unfit he is. And look at the state of him.
What his situation is. He might be one of those guys who makes his money online, doesn't have a job.
I doubt it very much. He hasn't got the charisma. He's got no charisma at all. Because I mean, you know that guy who used to do that mukbanger. That guy, I've forgotten his name now. But he used to sit there eating. He's now a millionaire. But he does have.
Was that the fat dude?
Yeah, mukbang.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like, and apparently it made him really fat and unhealthy. Is that the guy?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's a millionaire now. But he did have some kind of charisma, and he did. Yeah, I watched him a few times. I'm one of the ones who financed his millions. Yeah.
Chickpea, I was going to ask you earlier. You were saying something about London with that other American guy, not this idiot that just came on. You know, the one who was nice and left.
Yeah.
What was you saying about how it's changed or something like that?
It's changed. Well, when I was here in the 70s, it was so safe. Like I said, I could go to the park and lay there practically in a tiny, tiny triangle bikini, and nobody would pay the blindest bit of notice to me. You know, you were just free to lay around as and how you felt. Nobody paid any attention. A few years back, I went into my local children's park with one of my cats, and I was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt and everything, and I lay down in the grass to sunbathe. A man came and lay down right next to me, touching my skin. That's how much London's changed in the past years. Yeah.
The problem is,
yeah.
what's happened is it's not just the fact that we have a lot of migration.
Yes.
It's we have communities of people that literally don't share the values of the country.
Yeah, they don't share the values.
That's the nicest way to put it. So that's why, like all these things, like I've always noticed, like when I go to certain places, like the customer service is shit, and it's a guy who's not born in the country. He's not British,
exactly.
So he doesn't give a fuck. He's got by his own country standards, and I'm not being racist.
No, it's not racist to say that. Racist.
I've noticed all of the crazy behavior. It does come from like migrants who are new to this country. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
There seems to be a correlation between a lot of dysfunction.
Yes.
And disorder and the sort of new generation of migrants that have come over.
Yes.
Because they haven't really, they don't respect like the British culture and the way of life. They just do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody gets on like.
Yeah, it's plenty shit. I dread to see the future holds, and I'm glad I'm not young, because I feel very sorry for young people in this country, both male and females, because a friend of mine told me that her son gets hassled a bit, and her 18-year-old daughter, she has to walk her to work every day to make sure she's safe.
That's how that is.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. You know, I'm glad I never had any children, because I wouldn't like to see it. Young people. Well, you know, my child would be middle aged now anyway. But you know what I mean. It's But London used to be such a lovely, safe city, and as a female, you could walk home late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. I used to sometimes walk from the Hippodrome in the summer all the way back to where I lived in Bermondsey. You know, by London, by Tower Bridge. I used to walk all that way.
The Hippodrome Casino.
What? It used to be a Hippodrome. It used to be a nightclub. The Hippodrome used to be a nightclub.
Okay, I know about the Hippodrome Casino. I've heard of that.
Yeah. It used to be a nightclub back in the 80s. I used to go there a lot. And I often used to walk all the way back on my own, all the way back to Bermondsey by Tower Bridge. That's where I used to live in those days. Perfectly safe. Not one person ever bothered me. I now get bothered on the street by weird men. And I'm a pensioner, so that's how much life has changed in this city. But in those days, as a female, you were as safe as house. You'd go on the tube late at night. Everything, you know, it's completely changed. You know,
it's like when I used to kind of be more libertarian, like in my views, but now I think the liberals have literally fucked the country up beyond repair, and it's not just this country. They've fucked up They've fucked up a lot of the Western countries, like even Australia, the United States, Canada.
Yeah.
They've completely fucked up the country, man. It's like it's almost becoming like a third world shithole. Like,
How you see what they've done to Holland and Belgium. You know, Belgium is next door to where I come from. I come from Holland, Vlissingen, a place by the coast. And Belgium used to be a country that was so serene. You could actually have eaten off the pavement. It was so serene. It's been completely trashed. Paris has been trashed. Holland's been trashed. Rotterdam.
Paris. Oh my goodness! Don't even get us started on Paris.
Yeah, it's completely trashed. I don't know. Are you a Bible freak?
No, I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in a creator God like that.
Yeah, I'm a little Revelation freak. But it is actually written about in the Revelation that there'd be this invasion of the West, and it is being invaded. It's really weird. I don't know whether they're orchestrating what they're reading in the Bible, allowing it to happen or what, but it is happening. It's very strange. Yeah, when I was young, I was a little Bible freak, but I was a schoolgirl. So, I can recite the Bible, all this, but it's, I don't know, very strange.
Yeah, we were all indoctrinated by religion, I guess, growing up.
Oh, I don't believe. Well, I still believe it, but I had it bad. Right, I loved it as a little girl already doing it. I was little God freak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It took me a lot of time. Yeah, it took me a lot of time to climb out of that fucking mental trap, that religion was too. Because it's like a software, right? And like when a computer's running a software, it's like that's all you know. Like if you've been running Windows 95 your whole life,
yes,
you can't imagine what Apple or fucking Linux or what any other OS operating system is like.
Yes.
All you can think about is Windows. That's it.
Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just my take. I was saying to Vegan Equilibrium earlier, like there's no more national pride. Like here in Britain, okay, people can criticize the British Empire and it did do a lot of bad things, but
yes,
that's in the past now. Let's fucking focus on the present and the future. Yeah. Even though I don't understand why would Britain, being one of the best militaries in the world, why would you give that up? I just can't fucking get my head around it. Like
I can't.
Like it's just such a fucking retarded move. Like, why would you? Like, our military's gone so shit now. Like, literally, we don't have enough infantry. The new Ajax tank that was contracted it's got so many problems. The fucking Piccadilly line with TfL doesn't fit in the tunnels. Like, we're dying from gross incompetence in this country.
It's gone to pot.
It's not gross. It's criminal.
Yes,
these people.
I've seen it happening. I've seen it all happen. Tell you, back in the 70s, this country, if you wanted a doctor or a dentist or a policeman or anything, it was on demand. You got it instantly. And the police force, they were such noble force, a real noble force, big, strong men and really noble. I don't know what's happened now.
Yeah, it's this whole woke bullshit. And it's fucking like a virus. Yeah, it's all about, well, police can't stop people now because it's racist or it's this or it's Islamophobic or it's fucking, it's whatever fucking name, buzzword they want to throw out to make it convenient. So that's the problem, is the police can't really do their job. They're trained not to do their job. That's what it is.
But I also think, I believe what what's his name had to say, Klaus Schwab, they're allowing this to happen because I think come 2030, they're going to do something very fundamental to us. Because I do believe all this is being engineered for the Great Reset, the order out of chaos, because it is the whole order out of chaos thing. And I'm terrified. I can tell you what the Great Reset's going to bring. I really am.
You know what? I'm actually glad that I'm kind of approaching middle age. Because I wouldn't want to be a fucking young person because my God, like the cards are so stacked against them.
Yes, exactly. I don't like to think. I'm glad I'm old because I'm not scared to die anymore. I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. What would you really be leaving behind, right? It's
good to think. Because I believe in the whole mark of the beast thing. I think there's something very, very sinister on the horizon. Something nasty.
Yeah, that's why they're flooding these our countries with all these illegal immigrant fucking rapists, and people are so naive. They think like Keir Starmer's an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's part of a plan. He's like the people who, like you said, the elites. They told the world government. They told Trump, "Oh, you have to go and bomb Iran now. Otherwise, we're going to release the Epstein files." They probably tell Keir Starmer, "If you don't fucking do what we want, we're going to get you out of power." So all puppets on a string anyway, all of them. So.
They're just doing as they're told. It's
and you're right. They just want to destabilize everything so they can usher in a new age of control and more fucking tyranny and take away more of our liberties and rights.
They will do it. Same with this whole thing, like the 15-minute cities. I bet that'll be coming soon. Because they now talk about petrol, petrol, petrol. Well, yeah, I can see what's coming next. It's I mean, the world has changed. Oh, it's gone. Ra's gone, Gramps. I'm talking to myself. Grumpy Guts. I'm talking to myself. Grump Guts.
I hear you. You're
I'm
talking to yourself. I didn't know you want me to talk. I just thought you were stating a fact.
What?
That you were talking to yourself.
I'm talking to myself.
Okay, guys, anybody want to come on? Link will be put in the live chat.
Where they all are. Have you read that thing about the cancer yet?
No, not yet. Do you want to read it out?
Oh, no. We could do the next show. I'll read out the next show, okay?
Why not?
Promise. We can discuss is the human race a cancer. You can make a show out of it because people won't like it very much.
Negative.
What? But all the shows are negative. All the shows are negative. This
How
one's
dare
good.
you? All right.
Life story again. I'm
Chickpea, I'm
glad.
trying to book a holiday.
Are you where you going? To your booking?
Well, I've already booked Cornwall for a week,
Yeah.
but I'm also going somewhere else. Maybe I'm looking around at the moment for a different place in September.
You ever
Going
been to
somewhere in
Greece?
June, and I'll go somewhere in September as well.
Oh, lots of loads
And
of
I'll
money
probably
to
go somewhere in
burn,
between.
Grumps. Money to burn.
Not really.
Oh,
Just
right then.
trying to enjoy life.
Yes. So what? Oh, obviously, who's going to look after Max for you?
He'll come with us.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Because one of the reasons I don't travel anymore is I've got 7 cats to look after. It's been like this for years now. So I just, can't. 7 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes,
Does anybody want to come on? The link is in the chat. Do come on if you want to.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Scotland? The Highlands are gorgeous. We used to go, when I was in the Wrens, we used to go hiking right up in Inverness and all around there. And the water is so clean, you could drink the water out of the streams. You could just drink it. This was years ago when I was young. Yeah, hiking in Scotland. Yeah, I used to like Scotland. No, I did. But you know what? I was there for 18 months. We only had one sunny day where you could actually sunbathe. I was there for the whole 18 months. We had one day where the sun was actually warm and the sun was shining. One day. And I still remember that day. One sunny day. One warm sunny day. Yeah. One warm sunny day. Scotland's quite bleak and cold. Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Rosyth Dockyard. You know the dockyard, Rosyth?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and worked across the river in a little place called Lochinvar. Minesweeper base. It's all quite exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I had a nice youth actually looking back. I certainly did a lot. I certainly got around and saw places. Yeah. But you'd like Scotland's Edinburgh. Have you ever been to Edinburgh?
Have I ever been?
Edinburgh?
Yes, I've been to Edinburgh.
Oh, you've been to Edinburgh. Because I was going to say Edinburgh's beautiful.
Been to Glasgow as well.
Yes, Glasgow's nice, but Edinburgh's gorgeous, isn't it? It is beautiful. Beautiful old buildings. Well, it did have beautiful old buildings, and I was like now, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, quite like Scotland, actually. Yeah, yes. Stuck in London now. This is it now.
Cool.
Still looking, but like I said, I can't find anywhere where I can take the cats, and I'm not going without them. So I'll stick it here, I suppose.
Darling, will you just bear with me? I've got to book something, so I'll be right back. I've got to make a phone call
I'll sit and chat up all to
get
myself.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Is somebody coming on? Who's there? Let me see. What are you all doing? Cooey, everybody. Cooey, wee, and whoosh. Gaining poetry purpose. Hello, Pamela. Pamela, you're coming on. There's nobody here. I'm all by my little self. I've been left all to myself. Oh God, I can hear my voice. Oh God. Oh no, I can't hear my voice. But lower my voice. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Pamela. I can hear myself talking. That's nice. Actually, sounds better lower. Lower my voice. Yes, so talking to myself on the internet. He's left me all by myself while he goes off and books his holidays. I see you get bitten by. I'll tell you a funny story, Pamela. Many years, I don't get bitten by mosquitoes. I don't get bitten by mosquitoes. They actually don't like me. It's really weird. This little old lady's voice. Gosh. Right. Okay. What am I going to do? Let's. Trying to know what to do. Right. Lala, do you want to come to Mummy? Lala. Even the cats don't want to come to me. So I'll be left here. Right. Okay. Don't know what to do. Let's see. Let's see. Does anybody? I've got the road map here. Oh, of course, I can hear myself talking because I'm also talking on StreamYard. Oh, how strange. I'll throw back, see if I can show you the road. Oh, so Pamela, are you coming on, Pamela? Pamela, cooey. I wonder if I can do this. Does this show? Let's see what happens if I do this. Whee. Oh, look, you can see me. Look, 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 the road map. I don't know if anybody's read this, but if you haven't, you should get a copy. It's very, very good book. But I'm not going to show my face because I haven't combed my hair. I look an absolute wreck as usual. And there's no grumpy guts. Now, this is naughty Grumps. Right. Grumps. Grump. It's another book. Has anybody read this? Here's another good book. Whee! Look, Prince Machiavelli. There. To have a read of this. And see my hair needs needs a good comb as usual. My fading blonde hair. Grumpy guts. Grump. Grump. Grump guts. Grump. Have you seen what he's done to me? Grump. Oi. Grump. Grump. Grump guts. I can't let anybody on, Grump. You haven't given me that thing to do. Grump? Oh, okay, fine. Gramps. Grump Gut. I know what I will do. I know what I'm going to do. I wonder if I do this. Let's play some cats. Cats. Whee! Can you hear the cats? You can't hear the cats. Right. Okay.
Someone please explain to me how my cat cleans herself with her disgusting fish breath, yet somehow she still smells like baby powder and magic. She is the best smelling being I've ever smelled. This is your daily dose of cat. Bye-bye. She got in my room earlier and I yelled at her, and now look at them. They're like guarding her. Hi. Oh, hi. We're both gonna die. She quickly rips off. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't sit. Selena Henry is. You're excited? Is it true you hate Dolph Lundgren? You are. Chris? You have $4. Raspberry lemon. What happened? You took an innocent photos of one. I'm sorry, excuse me. I have a question. Is that your blood? Clouds are from. So what this tells me is that I can.
Right, well, I think I will bugger off then.
No, I'm back. Sorry about that. Chickpea. You had one job to keep the show on the road, and you gave up. You gave up. I won't call you a horrible piece of shit, because I know better than that. But, you know, you are welcome to come back on for a little bit, guys, if you want to. I'll put the link in the live chat. If there's anybody still there. I don't even know if there's anybody still there. Let me just put the link out there to see what I catch. Speak. The link is in the live chat. If you want to come on, you can. Apparently there's 2 people watching on YouTube still. Kugaduma says, getting down to the business of existential dread now. At least everyone is being polite. Oh shit, the only void is there. Says Fatima. Right. We are still here. Okay, I tell you what, we'll go on X. We'll go on X. If anybody wants to come on X, we will be on X shortly. This stream will end shortly.
The shore of end soon. The show will end soon.
Because nobody wanted to come on. But we will go to X if you want to. We will go to X.
Finding Gnosis will continue on X.com. Check out the Finding Gnosis X space where you can listen to further finding of Gnosis after the show. See you there! Finding Gnosis, now on X spaces at X.com.
You heard that right. We are going to X. We're going to X now. So see you there.
Finding Gnosis will continue on X.com. Check out the Finding Gnosis X space where you can listen to further finding of Gnosis after the show. See you there! Finding Gnosis, now on X spaces at X.com.
You heard the man. We're going to X. So, yeah, see you there. Be there or be square. Take care, everybody. We're going to X now. That's Finding Gnosis on X.com. Find us, look us up. We will be there. Bye now.